members of the board. My name is Craig Schubert. I'm the mayor of this city. It has come to my attention that your educators are distributing essentially what is child pornography in the classroom. I've spoken to a judge this evening. She's already confirmed that. So I'm going to give you a simple choice. Either choose to resign from this Board of Education, or you will be charged. Thank you.
We need more mayors like this guy, dude.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't even know, but
that was in Ohio.
The
That's
thing
Ohio?
is, yep, it shouldn't just be, resign or be charged. It should be resign and be charged.
Exactly.
I'd be okay with that.
When was that, Ohio?
It was like at least a year and a half or 2 years ago, because it was over some AP book that was legitimately, it was like a mix between like CRT and like pornography stuff.
Did they resign or anything? Did anything come about
actually
it?
Schubert himself was the one that got arrested over the thing. Like they forced him to resign eventually in the end.
What, the mayor?
Yeah, because some shady shit came out by him or something then.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you don't get into politics by being a clean, upstanding individual, do you?
Nope.
Generally speaking. Anyway, this is a Tuesday night show that we're doing now. I still don't know what the name of it is, so we're doing Tuesday Night Strike with E Honda tonight.
Yes. Yes.
Basically, I don't really have many stories pulled up. Saberwolf's here, so I thought we'd talk a little bit about the Colorado gun stuff that went on. I've got the text for the gun executive order that Biden signed this morning pulled up so that we can look at that, and then whatever else we get into is whatever else we get into. All that being said, we're joined by Xanatos Frost. How you doing, Mr. Xanatos? Gloctopus?
Bueno.
Si bueno? Si
bueno.
Foos, how's it going, Foos?
It's going.
Good, man. You gotta fill in your second line. Look, it's like I'm E Honda 8888 Gay Frog.
I really don't want to have an 8888 on mine.
Well, you don't have to have the.
Why not?
I'm German enough.
Yeah, me too.
What does that have to do with Germany? I just pressed 8 4 times. That's all. It's weird. You'd say that.
Nothing to see here,
Georgian.
Anyway, we got Saberwolf here. How you doing, Saber?
Doing well. Doing good.
Muy excelente. Soulless Ginger Firearms, a.k.a. Corey number 1.
What's up, brother? How's everyone doing this evening?
Bueno, si.
Powder show.
The Pridewater Patriot, Ohio Patriot is here.
I may have broken a knuckle tonight.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah, how far did you
be in
dig
a
down
fucking
there?
bubble?
What'd your sister do?
Jesus.
I was brushing some shit off my shirt, and I smacked my hand directly into the table by accident.
Ah,
How hard were you brushing?
no shit.
It was just
Right.
like a longer wave than it should have been to
How
brush
big
it
were the
off, and it was
crumbs?
just a smack, like right against the table.
Wow.
I still think your sister
Drink
deserves
some milk.
Yeah, he needs some milk.
No, man.
First your ankle, now your knuckle. You need a bubble.
We are also joined by Leo Red tonight, who will also be hunted down with the rest of us whites during the race war that's impending.
Yes. What fun it will be.
My fellow ginger brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, crazy times.
Wait, how many gingers are on here?
Dude, it's like half ginger chat right now. It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
I'd never meant for this to happen. If I could go back in time, I would change that. But, it is what it is. It's,
You know you love us gingers.
Well, I am
All
a
right.
ginger, so yeah.
So we've got this executive order on reducing gun violence and making our community safer.
Ooh,
By
this
the
should be great.
authorization vested, I don't want to skip that part. Every few days in the United States, we mourn a new mass shooting, daily acts of gun violence, including community violence, domestic violence, suicide, and accidental shootings. may not always make the evening news, but they
Suicide
cut
is not a mass anything.
Well, I think he's just naming the different kinds of gun deaths that happen in this country.
I don't know. Have you heard of Jonestown?
Where was I? We cannot accept these facts as the enduring reality of life in America. Instead, we must come together and insist that we have had enough and that we will go along. We will no longer allow. Sorry, it's hard to read this. It's fucking small print. The interest of the gun manufacturers to win out over the safety of our children and nation. It is the policy of my administration that the executive departments and agencies will pursue every legal available and appropriate action to reduce gun violence. Through the whole of government approach, my administration has made historic progress to save lives. My administration has taken action to keep guns out of dangerous hands and especially dangerous weapons off our streets, hold gun traffickers and rogue gun dealers accountable, fund accountable, what the fuck? Effective community policing. That was accountable was twice in one sentence. It's a weird fucking word to have twice in one sentence. And invest in community violence intervention and prevention strategies. Last year, I signed into law Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, the most significant bipartisan gun safety legislation in 30 years. The act provided communities with new tools to combat gun violence, including enhanced gun background checks for individuals under the age of 21, funding for extreme risk protection orders and other crisis interventions, and increased mental health resources to help children impacted by gun violence heal from the resulting grief and trauma. I continue to call on Congress to take additional actions to reduce gun violence, including banning assault weapons, high-capacity magazines, requiring background checks for all gun sales, requiring safe storage for firearms, funding my comprehensive Safer America plan, and expanding community violence intervention and prevention strategies. In the meantime, my administration will continue to do what we can within all existing authority to make communities safer. Section 2, implementation of the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. So this is just implementing the shit that they've already passed, that bullshit shit. That was all like through health code stuff back, you know. I forget how that worked. You guys remember what that law was exactly?
You're talking about like when the World Health Organization declared guns a pandemic and it became a medical issue?
No, it's the Safer Communities Act that was passed last year by Biden's administration. The only thing I remember about it is that one piece of it was it gave a bunch of money to the ATF for the guys who were going to get shot. You remember that part?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
That's the only part of it that I can remember right now. I don't know what else it did besides that. Oh, and it was the 18 to 21 enhanced background check thing that happened.
It also gave monies to states that would implement red flag laws.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Because it was what they passed after Uvalde.
Ohio's got the memory of a fucking elephant.
Autistic.
The Attorney General, the Secretary of Health and Human Services, the Secretary of Education, the Secretary of Homeland Security shall each submit a report to the President within 60 days of the date of this order describing what actions their respective agencies have taken to implement the Act. Data and analysis regarding the use and early effects of the Act and additional steps their representative agencies will take to maximize the benefits of the Act. These reports shall include a plan for increasing public awareness and use of resources made available by the Act. Additional agency actions to reduce gun violence, Section 3. The Attorney General shall develop and implement a plan to 1. Clarify the definition of who's engaged in the business of dealing firearms and thus required to become a federal firearms license in order to increase the compliance with the federal background check requirement for firearm sales. Jesus, this is wordy. Including by considering a rulemaking as appropriate consent with applicable laws. So this goes back to like, hey, I'm a gun dude, right? I got 20, 30, 40, 80, 100 guns, whatever it is I've been collecting for years. I got hurt at work. I need to pay bills for a little while. I know, I'll just sell some guns. So you go to a gun broker, you go to the fucking gun show, or you go to whatever it is, and you sell 5, 6, 7, 8 guns in a year. Oh, well, now you're an FFL. Now clearly you're in the business of dealing guns.
So
Not that you got hurt and you need money.
my take on this is, how do they know what you're selling?
Exactly. Because that wouldn't work in Texas with person to person.
How do they know you? Number one, yeah, you may have everything to your. Let's say you've been collecting for 50 years and you get hurt work or whatever have you. All of a sudden, okay, yeah, you start liquidating, but how do they know when you started liquidating?
That's a good question.
Well, I mean, in Colorado, for instance, we have universal background checks. So that means you cannot do a person-to-person transfer to anybody without going to an FFL, which means there's a paperwork trail for every time that you sell a gun. So you sell 6 guns in a year, in a calendar year, now you're considered an FFL or whatever the line is that they make, right? Like, I just think that's complete bullshit, because it's not like you have been selling guns and buying guns and making money doing that. It's like you've been collecting guns and now you need money, so you got rid of a couple. Oh, now you're in violation of some shit, and you got to go through all the background checks and the home inspections and the stuff to be an FFL, or you're in violation of some fucking like federal gun like straw purchaser thing. I don't know.
It's just like buying
because how can they say you can or can't sell your own personal property? That you have to do this in order to sell your private property.
That's where it goes against the Constitution of basically being secure in your own property.
Exactly.
But basically, if you think about it, it's no different than if you buy stock over the years and you decide to liquidate it at any point in time.
I mean, even let's take guns out of the equation. Even if you say cars, say you're a car collector, say you're like Jay Leno. He's not a car dealer. He's a comedian. He makes his money that's his personal property he bought with his work. And then if he wants to sell or swap or trade for other cars, nobody cares. But even though cars cause more death than guns, but whatever. Yeah. The point is moot because it's a gross overreach of violating your personal property rights.
Well, if you look at all the other stuff they're trying to pass right now, I forget what it was that Feinstein introduced here like the last month or two. It's basically to create like a gun registry and stuff. I think that's what their end game is right now. They know that there's like so many guns that aren't on a registry or whatever for the ATF, and that's what they're trying to do as a big picture end game.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what this whole pistol press registry scam is. It's a backdoor registry.
Dude, well, and this is why I'm 100% confident that the banking economy collapse isn't going to happen yet. Because there's so many people who have exactly what they would need to protect themselves and their family and the people around them from marauders or from criminals or from government or from whoever. And they don't like that. Like that's one thing that I've been thinking about for a while now is why are so many politicians like gung-ho about getting rid of guns in America, right? And I think honestly what it is they know what's coming in this country. They know that we're headed off a cliff. They know that the petrodollar is, long in the tooth and short to be ended. And what happens in a country of 300 plus million people when more than half of them have guns and are ready to fight when the ball drops. That's a lot of extra death that's on their hands if they do nothing. But if they pass these gun bills, they get some of these guns out of the hands of the people in America before the ball drops, Well, think about all the lives that we're saving.
And on top of that, they know that that they are the cause of all this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Right.
absolutely.
That's the guilt.
But wouldn't this be the perfect opportunity for them to do the digital currency right now with the banks,
Yep.
being fucked up? They
Yeah,
can easily swoop in and say, "Hey, here's the saving grace, da 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 da," and we're going to do it, tomorrow.
I don't think the people are ready for that yet.
Yeah, I think 2020 was a test on that, and there was enough people holding out, not going along.
Once you destroy the dollar, though, people will be ready for whatever buys them bread.
Oh yeah, no, this is the whole point. This is the whole point of the long-term destroy capitalism thing.
Mhm.
I mean, the academics who say late-stage capitalism, what they're trying to say is introduce socialism into capitalism over time to destroy it, and that's where we're at. When you have a complete society that is now dependent on 4% of the population and import for food, compared to what it was 100 years ago, which was about, I think it was like 30% of the population was able to work basically agriculture. We were so dependent on food coming to us from like going to the grocery store and getting it. Like, I mean, that's where they've instituted a system to where they flick the switch off. It's gonna be messy.
Well, not only that, I mean, we've got just-in-time delivery of manufactured goods that we've set up in this system of truckers and things. Like, any little piece of it goes out of whack. The whole thing collapses. But the main thing to worry about is the petrodollar, in my opinion. The petrodollar goes under. Now everything gets fucking hyperinflation tacked onto it. You go to the store, you're not buying shit. You're looting. So is everyone else. You know what I mean? Because that's just what it's going to be. You're not going to pay fucking $1,000 for a 6-ounce sirloin at the grocery store. No one is.
Yeah, it will.
No, absolutely right.
And then that's going to collapse the economy. And even if they try to institute the fucking Fed coin bullshit, it's not going to work because it's already sunk into chaos.
Well, it's already a 1-for-1, and if the Fed dollar is, crap, just like the dollar is, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the Fed dollar that I don't think that they get is that if it is attached to the dollar, that's not the saving grace for the dollar. It needs to be separate from the dollar, and after the dollar crashes, and then you bring something in. Like, they're doing it backwards. They're fucking stupid. Like, look at the intelligence of these people. Like, honestly, like, probably half the people in the chat are smart enough to be a fucking, like, congressman, if not more. It's not like these are like some genius level fucking people. They're like you and me. They're plebes.
The only difference between
they think islands get flipped over when you put too much military equipment on one side.
Islands float, right? Oh my god.
Then
All right,
no, it's times.
Well, and the thing is, though, it's like then you have these people who not just are total plebe idiots, but then you have the ones that are overeducated because upper academia for the last 50, 60 years has been infiltrated and degraded to the point like where something as basic as Austrian economics, which absolutely makes sense to everybody. I mean, and that's what the whole basis of like kind of, you have something I want and I have something you want, let's, work out a price. It's, the market dictates, right? But then you have this, they have to do this convoluted backwards flip way of this other view to like contort the economic structure to what it is now, to where it is like where they control like pricing on things like like controlling what farmers produce or like how much oil is allowed to be pulled out of the ground or like these things like so they could get in control. And that's the whole point. All of it is this new world order control. That's the ultimate end game. Hold on, I gotta readjust my tinfoil hat.
No, right.
Let's move on with this document here.
Sorry.
So it was to clarify who can engage in the business of who is engaged in dealing firearms. 2, to prevent former FFLs whose licenses have been revoked or surrendered from continuing to engage in the business of dealing firearms. Meaning, if you are an FFL shop and for whatever reason you get a violation, they're not going to let you get your fucking shit back. Or if for whatever reason you forget to renew and you have to, like, your shit lapses, they're not going to let you get your license back. So they're trying to get rid of FFLs while also expanding FFLs at the same time. It's weird. All right. 3, publicly release the fullest extent permissible by law inspection reports of FFL dealers cited for violations of the law. And
Say that one again. Say that one again.
Publicly release to the fullest extent permissible by law inspection reports of FFL dealers cited for violations of the law.
Okay,
So if you're an FFL dealer who's had some kind of violation along the way, they're going to, like, give it to 9 News.
Yeah, publicize it, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
4, support efforts to modernize and make permanent the Undetachable Firearms Act. What is that?
Undetachable.
Support efforts to modernize and make permanent the Undetachable Firearms Act, 18 USC 922.
Undetached.
Well, I got something
hell?
else to look up now. Every time I look at
1988.
one of these things, I gotta. 18 U.S. Code 922, unlawful acts. It shall be unlawful for any person except a licensed importer, licensed manufacturer, licensed dealer to engage in the business of importing, manufacturing, or dealing firearms in the course of such business to ship, transport, or receive firearms in interstate or foreign commerce, or B, except a licensed importer or licensed manufacturer to engage in the business of importing or manufacturing ammunition, or in the course of such business to ship, transport, or receive ammunition in interstate or foreign commerce.
Okay.
Already is.
Undetectable. Sorry. Undetectable.
Oh, so you can't build your own shit.
Yeah.
Oh no. They better make
3D.
files illegal next. And fucking drill presses.
Pipes.
I mean, they are working on doing it to the First Amendment, you know, like, so that's another purview of the First Amendment. So,
All right, so was that all section 1? Section 1. Okay, now we're on to B. The Secretary of Defense, the Attorney General, the Secretary of the Homeland Security, Secretary of Health and Human Services, including the Surgeon General of the United States, the Secretary of Education, Veterans Affairs, shall expand existing federal campaigns and other efforts to promote safe storage of firearms. The Secretary of Defense, blah, 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 partnering with law enforcement, care providers, educators, and other leaders.
educators?
For red flag laws.
Mhm.
Yeah. Educators, really? Those purple-haired, like, okay.
Jeez, that's not gonna
Yeah,
fucking
fuck that.
I mean,
Every
isn't
teacher
it in Colorado, though?
Yeah, they did.
So that, well, I didn't read the text on that. Who's able to report you for red flag laws now? Because it used to just be family and, like, I don't know. I don't even know what for, to be honest.
It was previously, up until the last couple days, all it was like family or people you like associated with like heavily, like say you have a roommate or something like that, a cohabitant, or somebody who did like has a strong tie, and they take that into consideration. But now they've expanded out to law enforcement, healthcare workers, such as like, and also of course you got to put the teachers in, because you know they got to be bossy bitches and like mother us all apparently. Yeah.
Do you remember a couple of years ago when, like, you go to the doctor and they'd be like, "Okay, we're gonna cough and do the thing, and we're gonna test your stuff and blah blah blah. Now fill out this survey. Do you have any guns in the house? Where are they kept? How many? You remember that shit?
Yep.
No, I guess I
And
didn't go to the doctor then.
Yeah, they did it.
Yeah, they did it. Yeah, last physical I took, like, yeah, it's on like every time I go to the
My
doctor.
kids, when I took my kids in, they're like, okay, we're doing a checkup for the kids. They're gonna get their vaccines. Blah 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 blah. Do you have any guns in the house? Like, yes, I do. And fuck you. You can't fucking know anything else.
Yeah, it's like
I won't
it's
even
like
say yes. I just say no.
it's like asking, do you have any books in your house? Like, come on, like.
Yeah, I usually tell them when stupid shit like that gets brought up, what does that have to pertain to my health? That doesn't.
Yeah, but even saying that tells them yes.
Yeah, they know.
Because if you don't, you're not going to think about that.
We're gonna be like, oh heavens, no, I wouldn't have any of that.
So I'm like, no.
Yeah. All right, D. Attorney General, Secretary of Health, Human Services, including the Surgeon General, Secretary of Education. Why did they do this every time? Management budget, heads of agencies, appropriate, shall develop proposal for the president to submit to no later than September 15, 2023 on how the federal government can better support the recovery, mental health, and other needs of survivors of gun violence, families of victims of survivors of gun violence, first responders to incidents of gun violence, and communities affected by gun violence. The proposal shall draw on existing evidence, where available, and take into account how to address needs in both the immediate and aftermath of mass shootings in the years following such events. The proposal should recommend any additional executive branch coordination and additional resources or authorities from Congress needed to implement the proposal, as well as how agencies will access the outcomes for the activities implemented. Yep.
I like it.
I don't mind that one so much. I mean, if there's going to be people who, like there should be some. Actually, no, fuck that. The government needs to not spend money.
Yeah.
We're already way in debt. Like, fuck that shit.
Mhm.
That's what church is for.
Who's
yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt, but who's clicking the mouse over and over?
That's me, my bad.
Okay.
Yeah, just put yourself on mute, please. Right, it's
Yeah,
like
shut
all
the
in my.
fuck up, Xanatos. Fucking cockmonger. Just kidding,
Over
love
here
you.
playing Fortnite.
Calhoun dropped in 5
So-
and says,
yeah, 'cause,
DR. Hold on. Calhoun dropped in 5 and says, DR, do you have any guns at home? Me. I have guns in your office.
I like
on
that.
the belt, on the pants, on the floor over there.
What were you going to say? Sorry.
I was gonna say though, just like with the mental health thing, it's just like that feels like a capitulation, but in the wrong way towards what I would say the conservatives have been campaigning for. Like, as opposed to gun control, we need mental health, help basically.
Mhm.
But it feels like it's actually the wrong way of doing it. Because this is all about survivors. Basically, it's perpetuating a victimized culture, from what I understood of that. So these people who've been hurt and victimized by it just feels like it's going to continue perpetuating kind of.
Well, it does absolutely nothing to prevent gun violence. It's
Exactly.
all a response once gun violence happens. So it's not like,
Yeah.
hey, let's take a long, serious look at these shooters and their family lives and the things that led them down the path and try to, tailor some sort of recovery, class that you can take or, change society's direction in some minor way that we can adjust for these people to, lessen them in some way. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's, oh, well, once these crazies who have all these guns, because they're going to do it, because that's what people do with guns, go on mass shootings, we got to have, teams of people ready to console everybody. That's all that says.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's just.
Oh, good.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it just makes me really angry that they wanna, because what it's gonna do is just after Parkland, that kind of media zeitgeist and it's gonna perpetuate that kind of post-shooting culture and like in a weird way like glorify the victimization, and as opposed to actually fixing society. Why this stuff is happening is because our society is sick, and what's happening is a symptom. They don't want to fix that. They don't want to fix the disease because this is the society they want. Like that's all I was gonna say.
All right, we're on to G. I think so. Oh no, I forgot where we're at. Hold on.
Oh no! Don't
Oh
forget.
no. Did we just read D? I think we just read D. Yep. Okay. E. Secretary of Defense, in consulting with Attorney General, Homeland Security, shall develop and implement principles to further firearm public safety practices through the Department of Defense's acquisition of firearms. Wait, what? Consistent with the applicable law. Let me read that again. Homeland Security shall develop and implement principles to further firearm and public safety practices through the Department of Defense's acquisition of firearms.
The hell does
Oh.
that mean?
It's blackmailing the manufacturers. Basically, because we buy all the guns, say Knights Armament, right? Hey, we buy all the stuff from you, but you know what? You shouldn't sell to civilians. And which would you rather have, our money or just the little pittance that the civilians give you? Or Magpul. Hey, Magpul, you make those 30 rounders available to the civilian market. You should stop that.
That's
what I interpret.
I mean, I was interpreting it as them just buying up the guns from people so they don't have them, but
yeah,
maybe
yeah. Because they
maybe
can't
you're right.
ban them to get rid of them that way, so they'll just make it hard for the civilians to acquire them from the dealerships or the FFLs. Or...
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're on to, that was E. F. The heads of federal law enforcement agencies shall, as soon as practicable, but no later than 180 days from the date of this order, ensure that their prospective law enforcement component issue National Integrated Ballistic Information Network. That's a fucking mouthful. Submission and utilization policies with requirements that are equivalent to or exceed the requirements of the policies issued by the Department of Justice on December 12, 2022, to ensure the prompt entry of ballistic data recovered in connection with criminal investigations into NIBIN. That's the thing that I just read. That was long-winded. In consultation with the Department of Justice, the Department of Defense policies may be tailored to address specific operational considerations. So I think this is talking about a national database of ballistics information on crime scene data having to do with like projectiles, which, as far as I understand, is like kind of shady pseudoscience that they pass off in court as actual science. But if you look into the actual literature, there's like, especially with modern manufacturing and stuff, there's not nearly the fingerprint that they say there is on projectiles that come out of guns like there used to be. And even in the old days, how it used to be, it wasn't like as clear as they would like to think it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, because I remember growing up and you'd see like these like fucking Matlock episode on TV or whatever, and like they got the gun out of the victim, and they got the gun and they shot the bullet, and they have the two bullets and they're identical, and so we know they're from the same gun. Dude, that shit does not work in real life. It doesn't. It just doesn't. Like the rifling is the same, the machining on the like the hammer and like the spacing of the head, like everything is the same in every fucking gun these days.
Mm-hmm.
So there's really nothing, unless there's like a burr or something in a fucking chamber or some weird fucking defect that you're going to be able to fucking like pull out.
Even then with bullet deformation, like it yeah, no, you're right. And it is pseudoscience. The part that I'm actually looking at, though, is more like I keep thinking, what are they going to do with this policy in place in the future? And this is setting up, I believe, micro stamping. So they could charge you that, extra 50 cents a bullet for tax or whatever they want.
Secretary of Transportation, in consultation with the Department of Justice, shall work to reduce the loss or theft of firearms during shipment between FFLs and improve reporting of such losses or thefts, including by engaging with carriers and shippers. I thought they already did this. I mean, I don't know how they're going to work.
Some of that might have to do with the fact that there's been a bunch of firearms theft at places like FedEx in Georgia. I think in the last year or so, there was a big gang going on there.
California from the trains.
Yep.
And that's always a problem. I guess when things get bad, it gets worse. When society starts to break down, things like this get worse, but it's never like, oh, like guns are safe. You don't have to lock them up. It's fine. Never been like that. The Federal Trade Commission is encouraged to issue a public report analyzing how gun manufacturers market firearms to minors. I think they're very careful not to these days. And how such manufacturers market firearms to civilians, including the use of military imagery. So no more fucking like heavy metal with dudes like running drills and military fatigues. Like, look how badass our gun is. We're Daniel Defense. If you want better than what the military has,
does that
spend
include
more.
like things like Call of Duty?
I don't think so, because that's not a. Specifically, this is talking about how the firearms manufacturers, like, they have nothing to do with Call of Duty or any other video game, as far as I understand. Like, they're not using those as means.
Sorry, you
to
glitched out on me.
Did I glitch out on everybody?
It was just.
Nope. Oh, you came in clear on my end.
Yeah, same here. You're clear on my end.
Okay. Oh, it's just me. Okay.
All right. So that was the Federal Trade Commission. Section 4, definitions for the purpose of this, blah, 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 blah. I think I'm going to skip definitions unless there's something spicy in here.
Well, they can't define anything if they can't define what a woman is. So how do we expect them to make a definition on?
Well, I guess that's it. So, yeah, that's what he signed into law. It doesn't really change much. I mean, it was what they're going to, like, look into who's actually selling guns and who's considered an FFL. They're going to
expand
red flag laws.
Yeah, red flag laws, yeah.
What, give money to people to like help with post-shooting situations.
Didn't you also say that they were going to nix the person-to-person private sales?
No, that's not in here.
Oh.
We just read the whole thing. That didn't say a word about it. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing much. A bunch of bullshit.
As always.
Yeah.
Nothing new but unconstitutional bullshit.
Well, and then also the fact they want to control basically how the perception of what firearms are. I mean, just further demonization and put a chilling effect for the upcoming generation of like, like the guns in the military, that stuff's not cool, like basically, yeah.
So, what's your plans with all the Colorado shit going on? Or what's your take on it? What do you think's going to happen?
My take is like it all actually the sad enough part. It all falls into our little tyrant hands of Polis. I think he's trying to make a presidential run, and I think the stuff that they're purporting is going to be neutered. I don't think he wants to go full Washington State right before he's trying to make, I guess you say, a presidential run. But unless he is running on complete, utter gun control 100% and not have any sort of median base, then I see us going the way of Washington and Illinois, but only with less representation to defend our rights than those states have. The RMGO to me is kind of nutless, in my opinion. They haven't
See,
won a case
I
yet.
think every single thing that they've proposed, they're talking back and forth to themselves about what they want to do. They're going to pass.
Hmm.
Everything that they pass is going to get signed into law.
Yeah.
What then?
I mean, yeah. The only thing was just like a lot of people were, because Polis before this this Colorado House and Senate session started, he said he didn't want to do an assault weapons ban. He was like not in favor of that. He just said I'd rather expand red flag laws. It's kind of like a cover his ass move for a future political station, if you will. That's not like the only reason why I said I don't. That's why I'm like kind of intrigued to see what he would do. But if they do it, the problem is then we're going to end up in a Washington state situation because there's not enough strength in the opposition to fight back. And, obviously legislatively, we have no strength there. But even in the courts, we have, like, RMGO is like the only one in the fight. And they still haven't been able to win the magazine capacity case. So,
Right, even though in other states, like magazine capacity's been upheld because of the Bruin decision.
yeah.
So now we're going to have more Bruin things going on in Colorado that they're going to fight and never win.
Yeah, I mean, unless
Yeah,
like
that's kind
we
of what I
get
think
like
too, honestly, dude. Like, we're not going to get anywhere with this shit. It's going to happen. Bruin's not going to do shit, at least not in any timely period of time. It'll be years before anything happens with that. And in the meantime,
Absolutely.
if you go to the fucking range with your thing that you're not supposed to have, straight to jail. You get pulled over in your car, straight to jail. You have an argument with your wife and the police come into your house and find something, straight to jail. Like, they're going to be looking for that kind of stuff, and they're going to use it as an excuse to go after anybody that they can. It's not like they're going to have a list, I don't think, yet, anyway, of people that they're going after, but they're certainly going to use it to thin the herd of people in Colorado who have those kinds of things. And certainly to
absolutely.
stop future people from being able to buy such things.
Yep. No, you're absolutely right. I mean, that's the whole thing. They want to put a chilling. They want to put a chilling effect, basically cut off the tap, if you will, which is FFLs, which I inferred from also the national thing that Biden wants to do. But like, I mean, in Colorado, they're really putting a really stringent extra taxation. Certain municipalities like Superior, no gun shops in Superior, or no gun shops in, Boulder County or Denver County, things like that. So they want to implement those measures, as well as, I mean, to be honest, I'm on a list because Jefferson County Sheriff has my stuff because I'm a concealed carry. I have a concealed carry permit, so they know I have guns. So, they know I at least have one, right? So, I mean, if they expanded to where they do inspections for safe storage and see what I have, they could take it. If they so deem to do
Dude,
something
that's there's no fucking way that would happen yet.
I mean,
Dude, you think about that.
mm-hmm.
Pass a law to go into every American person's house
Mm-hmm.
to see if they have guns, and then to see if those guns are stored correctly. That's fucking insane. That's fucking offensive. That's fucking stupid. And there's no way that that's going to happen. So just don't even go there, because that's you're not thinking about it.
I mean, I was just looking at the Safe Storage Act and like looking at my friends in Australia, what they went through.
Yeah, I mean, if things go as far down the line as it is in Australia, but there's several steps between where we're at and that. Like, there's no way they're going from red flag laws to home inspections.
I mean, depending on the state where you live.
That's not the next step. The next step is outright ban, which, by the way, you haven't even talked about yet, as far as Colorado is concerned, and that's the main thing that I'm worried about. Like, fuck all the other bullshit that they've done. Fuck we made it a couple years older. Like, yeah, that kind of sucks. And we made a 3-day waiting period. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Whatever. I don't care, really. Like, I do, but it doesn't really affect me. It's like Yankee talking about what Calhoun's talking about right here. I thought Yankee said Washington wasn't that bad. It's not that bad for him. because he likes revolvers. That's below the magazine limit. He doesn't mind waiting for a couple days for a gun. Blah blah blah. Like he doesn't. He's got money. He can pay you for the whatever fucking thing that you got to have. He's got a big ass safe. Like safe storage is fine for him. You know, like all of these things are fine for Yankee. That's why it's not that bad for him. A 3-day waiting period wouldn't be that bad for me. But am I okay with it? No, because there might be some girl somewhere who's got a crazy ex-boyfriend and needs a gun fucking tonight and then can't get it because there's a 3-day waiting period.
Like that woman in New Jersey who died from a stabbing from her crazy ex while she's waiting on her gun permit.
Right.
Yeah. No. As far as the assault weapons ban, I mean, obviously that is the top. That is the pinnacle. Yeah. Honestly, it just has me obviously thinking of, hiding and leaving. So, I mean, those are like kind of my two options. Yeah. I mean, obviously keep it quiet, Don't post to social media. Don't let anybody know. But yeah, you're right. Though going to the range, you're fucked. If there's no grandfather clause.
I don't want the summary. I want the actual text. Okay, here we go.
Mhm.
So this is the State of Colorado first regular session, 74th General Assembly, House sponsorship, Senate sponsorship. So it's got House and Senate sponsorship
Mhm.
concerning prohibition of certain firearms used in public mass shootings. Again, Colorado.
Mhm.
Oh shit, I just broke my shit. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, good. Bill defines assault weapons and prohibits a person from manufacturing, importing, purchasing, selling, offering to sell, or transferring ownership of an assault weapon. The bill further prohibits a person from possessing a rapid fire trigger activator.
Mhm.
A violation is a Class 2 misdemeanor. Does not apply to a bunch of people. Bill provides civil penalties for individuals, for gun show vendors and licensed firearm dealers who violate the law. Bill creates crime, possession, manufacturing, importing, purchasing, selling, offering to sell, transferring ownership of a rapid-fire trigger activator. Blah, 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 blah. Mass shootings in America. This is a show. Do we do those? Yeah, it's all your preamble. Still preamble. Definitions. 50 cal. Where's assault weapon? Pistol grip. Dude, this is long.
Yeah. It's listing pretty much any variation of like pretty much a semi-automatic centerfire.
So basically what I gleaned from it earlier is that it's one fucking feature on a semi-automatic rifle turns it into an assault rifle. So if it's got flash hider or threaded barrel or bayonet lug or pistol grip or detachable magazine or anything like that, assault weapon. Also, if you have a fun trigger of some kind, those are gone now too. And I was predicting that years ago, but it's finally happened, at least in Colorado. Certainly other states have that as well. I know Washington has certainly similar things, as well as I think Travis P11 was talking about how he can't have those things in his state. So even like states like Nebraska have that kind of shit for some reason.
And Florida, you can't have a binary.
So yeah, those are gone now. So if you have one, what do? I guess you take it off your gun, or you just never take your gun to the range. Or if you take your gun to the range, you never put it on fun mode.
Yeah.
Does it say anything about grandfathering?
Yeah, that's the part that I've read it a couple times. I didn't find anything about grandfathering, and that's the part that has me. I mean, it's just long though, so.
I know it's probably a stupid question, but do you think the reason they're doing all this is so they can see what will stick to the point to where we the people finally say enough's enough and try to revolt so they can say, oh, see, this is why we're trying to implement all these laws to get rid of all these bad people.
Like
You're about
Dodos. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like they're baiting us into something.
Hmm. Either way, though, they win, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. They
Unless
goad
enough
someone.
of
They say,
people stood up and, said fuck you and totally revolted like 1776 or whatever, then I don't know, I'm pretty sure they're fucked at that point. But I just feel like all this is just seeing what will stick to the point of, can we goat them into something so we can say, hi, I got you, bitch.
I don't see anything in here about grandfathering. Which means what? Like everything's gone and you can't have anything now?
I mean,
Because there was even specific language in here about like California compliant weapons. So if you have like a AR-15 that's got the bullet button, like they thought about that and wrote that into the law, so you can't have those either.
You can or can?
Cannot.
Cannot. Okay.
So that's in here.
Yeah, they won't even let you have that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's like
This
living in
shit's all
Chicago.
fucking constitutional, I swear.
Yep.
what was it, Ohio Patriots? 72 hours. And they ran this through the House and then to the state Senate.
Roughly, yeah. There was a 17-hour session that happened the other day.
Yeah.
And the Republicans there were trying to fight it, obviously, but they couldn't. They didn't have the numbers, is what it was.
Same thing happened with the mag ban here. I mean, I remember that vividly.
Well, that's the one thing I will give Democrats. They say they're going to do something crazy, and they'll do something crazy. Republicans don't do shit. At least not the ones currently in office, anyway.
Two sides of the same coin.
What's up?
They're two sides of the same coin.
A mono party, yeah.
Skidmark dropped in $10. Thank you, sir. It says, in Yankees' defense, he does not agree with the Washington gun laws and has said it would be different for him if he wasn't in the position he is. I mean, that's kind of... I don't know. I disagree with Yankee a lot when he talks, and I didn't specifically hear him talk about this, so I can't say one way or another. But based on that, it's like, yeah, I get it, but don't fight a little harder, maybe? I don't know.
For as much pull as he has, I guess. I don't know. I mean, for me, it's just some lowly guy, just an average dude. It's like, what do I do? I guess that's the question with like most Coloradans who disagree with this. I mean, do we just leave? But where do we go? And then this stuff will just follow. Same thing. Like the leftists that left California came to Colorado, changed it, did this here, and then say we all go to, I don't know, Tennessee, Missouri, something like that, right? We feel safe for a little while. Then all of a sudden they all influx because they turned Colorado into a shithole. So Missouri or Tennessee, that's the place to be. And then they keep it's just they're a plague of locusts. There's like, so I mean, how long can we keep running? I guess.
Well, and that's the thing too. It's like, why is Mexico as bad as it is right now? Well, it's because everyone who would have fought back against how bad it is right now up and left and came to America and said, fuck it, I'm going to just, live my best life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could go down to Texas and, live my best life down there, or stay here and fight it. Stay here and talk out against it. Stay here, staying educated on it. Stay here, be fucking subjugated by it and show by example, why it needs to be overturned and all that other. But that's the thing, dude. Once these laws get into place, which, again, are in direct fucking confrontation with the Second Amendment, right? Direct, law upheld, recently conflict with the Second Amendment. They're still going to do them, and it's going to take years to get this shit overturned. And it's going to take people talking about it and showing how stupid it is and being in the middle of it and showing up to rallies and getting people together and doing that kind of stuff to get anything to change. And if that's what needs to happen, then I guess that's what I'm doing.
I mean, that's the thing that like, and I agree with you absolutely, and I'm 100% there with you. The thing that I find frustrating is just like when Roe v. Wade got deemed unconstitutional, right? Bad law. People were protesting in Colorado, even though they codified abortion in Colorado. Like they were still protesting here. Like
it feels like it's a lost
like,
cause. You're right.
Like people like, I guess what I'm trying to say is though, like, what can inspire the gun community to have the same fervor and vigilance the left has on every little issue that upsets them?
Start having some South Africa shit happen. Calhoun dropped in $2 and said, "Just tell the cop you're an ally when being arrested."
I have the blue sticker.
I'm an ally. Dr. Pepper dropped in too. So we need Honda's liver price tonight. $20 a shot. I wasn't planning on drinking tonight, but people start dropping $20 super chats for shots. I might. Shit, all I've got is Rittenhouse rye. Fuck it. Why not? Daniel says $2. Texas is always a option. I know.
Long?
I might end up doing that, dude.
For how long? 10 years? 15?
Right.
Yeah. Colorado was, I mean, it was in my lifetime. We had, Bill Owens. Like, we had,
we were
a pretty healthy
state. We used to be a purple state in Colorado up until we went all libertarian and fucking, like, Colorado used to be fucking bad. Like, when we passed weed in Colorado, it was the best state in the nation, hands down. We had really good gun laws. We had really good fucking, like, personal everything law. Like, all the laws were good in Colorado. The economy was good. The state is beautiful. Denver was a great place. Like, you could have a great job and make good money. Housing wasn't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
All of that's changed. And it's all because of weed. All of it's because of weed.
Yep.
God damn it, I'm going to go grab a chaser. Hold on, I'll be right back.
So
what are they doing in your state? I don't know. What are they doing in your state? Because I don't know how are they fighting it in Illinois.
I think supposedly there's in May they supposed to make a decision on it, on the assault weapons ban. Like, is it unconstitutional or not? They was trying to fast track it to May, so I'm just waiting on that. That's it.
I mean, I don't know. Everyone I've talked to is kind of in the gun group stuff here. It's just like, oh, I guess I'm leaving. It's like, but again, it's like this shit chases you, Unless it's like nationally codified that it's unconstitutional or expeditiously.
I just wonder what the last straw will be before people are like, okay, this is enough.
I don't know.
At that breaking point right now.
Right,
Haven't you learned that there is no last straw?
People are too comfortable.
Well, they've figured out the method of just turning up the heat just enough, right? Because if they turn it up too quick, the frog jumps out of the pot. But they just turn it up a little bit and a little bit more and a little bit more.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Just a nice little simmer.
Mm-hmm. I mean, does it feel like they're like
staying in your state and fighting? On one hand, I'm all for that. Don't move out, just stay there and fight like hell. Actually do something instead of just talk about it. But on the other hand, it's like, why don't all the fucking patriots move to fucking Texas so we can run the liberals out and make Texas a fucking stronghold? Because we have our own resources and own grid, and we could do it. Then we could fight back
Real quick, I just want to say a shout out to Kyle Rittenhouse for shooting all those black people at the Black Lives Matter march. Have you seen fucking interviews with this kid? I'm sure you guys have.
I've seen a couple, yeah.
Yeah.
He makes me believe in Jesus.
Mhm.
You know why?
What?
Because there's not a single person that stupid who could have made it through all of the shit that he made it through as perfectly as he made it through it, unless Jesus was like watching out for him, you know? Like Jesus had a six.
Oh, he definitely did. He had a major guardian angel on his shoulders that night.
Yeah, guiding his like shots, man.
I believe that kid is meant for greatness.
He's meant for
To
something.
survive that kind of hell.
Like God stepped in and fucking put a protective barrier around him twice.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that whole situation woke me up to, honestly, is the corruption, like the rot that exists within our justice system. Because that's something that I've always kind of thought of, like the American justice system isn't perfect, but it's the best in the world. And it's pretty damn good and all this other stuff. And then you like watch these trials that go on with these corrupt ass prosecutors and these judges who don't know the rules, who allow things in that they shouldn't, and all of the fucking chicanery that goes on, you know? It's like I never want to be charged with anything. I never want to go through this court system that we have in our country because I think it's fucking flawed as shit. And if you happen to get caught in the crosshairs of it, pray to God that you get out of those crosshairs. It's like the Eye of Sauron.
One question I have about Kyle, I've noticed this, and my question is, have y'all noticed the fact that even surviving what he went through, that hell that night, and all the fucking court, you know, running him through the ringers, to me, it doesn't seem like it really changed him. He still seems like he has that innocence about him. You know what I mean? Like it could have made him go left, be, you know, a complete hermit and never ever heard from again,
well,
or a complete anti-2A or whatever. I mean, he just kind of seems like he's still got his head on his shoulders.
He certainly got a hot girlfriend out of it.
Oh,
Cheers,
did he?
boy. To Kyle Rittenhouse.
To Kyle.
May God
To Kyle.
continue to shine upon you. L'chaim.
L'chaim. Just like that scene in Pulp Fiction. You telling me, Vince, that Jesus came down here and stopped all them bullets from hitting us?
I'm still amazed at how cool, calm, and collected he was through that night, and how he handled himself for only being 17.
Oh yeah. No,
And he had to clear a malfunction.
Yeah, and yeah, unclear to jam. I mean, Jesus, man, that kid was on point that night. You'd think he was in the military for 20 years and was a badass fucking soldier or some shit, the way he, you know, carried himself and what he did.
Rolling on the ground.
Jesus cleared the chamber.
Yeah, taking multiple blows, being hit in the back of the head, and being hit with the fucking skateboard.
Muzzle control, all at the same time.
Exactly.
Shots firing in the background.
Knowing when to shoot and when not to shoot, because he could have shot one step, Mr. One Bicep, before he actually pointed the gun at him, and he was in the moment enough to know that, oh, I don't need to shoot at the moment. I mean, it's just Jesus, man.
No, I mean that was incredible. Like that was actually in many aspects a miracle. Like, because honestly, because I'm like, you know, I've done the, you know, defensive gun course training a few times and stuff. I mean, I probably should do it again, but it's been a couple of years. But yeah, I don't know if I'd have that kind of. I don't think I'd have that kind of presence if I was in that remote.
Well, the other thing that the whole Rittenhouse thing showed you is the way that the media is completely willfully lying to the American people. They take the script of whatever's happening, even if it's completely on film from beginning to end, and you can see every piece of it, and it's clear as day. They'll take the 3-second part over here and the 2-second part over here and put them together and make it look bad, and then get on in front of it with their talking head and fucking explain how it's bad to the people who don't fucking care enough to think for themselves and let the system think for them. It showed me how many of those people there are. Because they are legion.
No, it's true. I mean, and if you look back at even at the Nick Sandman thing, the whole thing was on film, and yet there was it was almost like you were seeing I was seeing something completely different than what the left was seeing. Even though we were watching the same film, like they're like, oh look, he's agitating that Native American. And you're like, what? No, he's just standing there. Like it's scary to watch the same thing and see two different things. That's the scary part.
Dude, well, and that's kind of the society that we're in today. Like I was talking about this with someone, I forget who. The Simpsons back in the day, right? When we were kids, like people who were my age, around 40, late 30s to early 40s, somewhere in there, and you were in school, The Simpsons was the shit. It was the number one show on TV, right? And everybody watched it. And everybody would go to school the next day, and you'd be sitting there in class, and like the teacher would say something, and you'd crack the line from the fucking show the night before, and everyone would get the reference and laugh and think that you're cool, and you'd be all, you know what I mean? Like there was this like kind of unity in the fact that we had a shared media that we all had, but because of that media, we were all under the same trance, right? Like we were all victims of the same propaganda. And the example of that I point to is fucking Waco, right? Like when Waco happened and those kids burned to death inside of a church.
Yeah, that was horrible.
America cheered. America was happy because they'd been propagandized by the Unimedia, the only thing that we had access to back then, that these people were fucking cultists, that they slept with those children, that it was probably better that the children not be alive than be under that kind of tyranny and those kind of parents and that kind of bullshit, right? And we cheered when that church burned and like 67 people, or what, not everybody, but certainly the people who watched the news and believe that the news is telling you the truth and didn't really think about it. That's what it did.
I remember watching that shit on TV live and just thinking, my God, this is fucked up. And I mean, they had plenty of chances to get his ass before catastrophe struck, and they just chose not to. So I knew he was an evil piece of shit, but I also knew there was innocent children in there that should have been rescued that wasn't.
Dr. Pepper dropped in 20 more. Jesus, man, thank you. Says, come on, again, not as having a model too long. Bike fund. With on the beginners for the Kif FC. I'm not even going to do that for the rest of it. I paid for the letters. I'm using them. I tried to fucking do it. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry.
I believe he was typing in Russian.
Maybe.
Oh, Saberwolf's in the back too. Sorry.
Morse code.
I think he might be asking for help.
One more shot. Fuck it.
Dr. Pepper, blink twice if you need help.
Where'd the booze go? Why is the rum gone?
Fuck happiness.
Yeah, fuck happiness.
Stay angry.
If you really like sweeter whiskey, like a sweet whiskey that's got some like real hard oak and has a higher alcohol content, Rittenhouse Rye. Not exactly my bag of beans, but
I kind of want to try it, just how you describe it. I'm always willing to try anything once.
Really?
And I'm a whiskey man myself, so.
Have you tried penis?
No, I can't say that.
Nah.
Have penis?
Penis,
Penis.
yeah.
Corey needs a penis.
I'm sure there's one in Oklahoma somewhere.
No, I'm saying you need happiness.
Yeah, that fucking skit by the two dudes from Super Trooper. That shit's fucking hilarious, dude. A penis in your household.
All right.
A penis in your asshole.
Well, shit, man. How are you guys doing after? Have you recovered from COVID, from the COVID break, financially, spiritually, physically, mentally? Are you still lagging behind in some way? Did that put you back as hard as it put me back? Like, I'm just now. I feel like
Financially, yeah, I think it took a toll on a lot on most people, and I know it did us. But as far as every other aspect, I mean, shit. It took 2.5 years before I ever caught that dumb shit.
It was the opposite for me. I actually made more money during that time.
Yeah, I got slammed during COVID.
Right. Plus, we was getting hazard pay too. So
no, I got fucked hard during COVID, dude. Like, lost my job, didn't get paid for 16, 17 weeks that it took fucking unemployment to get around to my paperwork and fix it. Yeah, like, it was rough, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't go anywhere and I didn't do anything. So that put like all of my muscles into atrophy because like going anywhere and doing anything might cost money, but staying home is free, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So there was
And then
that
they-
aspect to it.
and then they extended our break time from 10 minutes to a whopping 12 minutes.
Whoa.
So great, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Boy, you come out ahead on that one.
I know, right?
I know for a lot of people that didn't really affect because they were able to transition to work from home instead of being in the office. So I don't think it affected those type of people. But the ones that have to be physically on location, like you, Leo, or like my wife, for example, you know, there's no way to work from home
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
with certain jobs.
I figured people would quit bringing cars for me to do for them and everything, but I've got a 3-year waiting list right now. So I don't know if I'm ever going to catch up. I mean, that's a good problem to have, but still, I just...
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I always hate that, like, when you get to that point at work where it's like, I could work as hard as I could possibly work for as long as I could possibly work for, and then look back at this pile of work and barely notice a difference.
Yeah, that's how I feel
Like,
right now.
that's very fucking... It's like, I'm overwhelmed that I don't know where to start because I'm overwhelmed. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mhm.
Rolling
Anyway.
the boulder up the hill.
Cheers to everybody getting back to some semblance of normalcy and getting your life back together, getting your fucking...
I will tell you, I wish the supply chain would get back to where it was because it's still
No
shitty.
shit, dude.
That's
My
another
God, this is
reason why
ridiculous.
there's such a long wait on shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
Yeah.
can't get anything from the UK now without waiting 2 or 3 months.
May things continue to get better in spite of the fact that the forecast seems to show rain in the future.
Yep.
May that rain hit other lands. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Frost.
Man. So I got a question about the chat. Did Semper Paratus ever and the Smoke ever fuck? Because they had like a long fucking fight argument in the chat earlier.
I think the Smoke blocked them now.
Because they were going at it back and forth. And I haven't seen anything else about it.
Yeah, because Smoke blocked them. So
How can Smoke block him? He's not a moderator, though.
I think it's just a personal block.
Yeah, he can block him on his end.
Right.
You can block whoever you want.
Yep, I can block Corey if I want to.
We got Tim42, who's got an 88 fucking race car in his
Ooh.
picture there. So,
I see that, yeah.
Oh man.
We know who he races for.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Is it the winning team?
this car runs on blood memory. Says, can you shout out my friend's channel, Nick Gurr? Sure, man. Nick Gurr. I don't know what kind of content he does out there, but hopefully it's something that is along the lines of what we talk about here, and certainly, hopefully, it's entertaining. And you guys
Yeah,
feel like
go,
over there, check it
go
out.
check out Nick Gurr. You might like it. Who knows?
Right.
Is that how you find it? You should drop a
That's-
link. Drop a link in there, and the moderators
That's
will
a
let
troll. Careful.
Nick.
Yeah, it could be troll.
Oh,
Careful. Careful.
I'm
Careful.
Oh, that is, yeah.
glad
You
that
like I caught you on that, bro.
I definitely glad that I enunciated.
Yeah, that's a good troll there. Good lord.
I didn't think about that at all. My radar was not up.
Well, the
His
88
senses
makes sense.
That kid's fucking funny.
Oh man,
I
we're
guess he
scrolling.
does race for that team.
Every time you scroll through Twitter, you might find something that'll get you a strike on YouTube. So
No shit.
But hey, troll money spends just as good as any money.
Exactly.
Elon Musk refuses to reinstate Alex Jones despite speech stance. I think he should. I think
You should too.
back on Twitter.
I miss Alex Jones.
He should be back on YouTube. He should be back on Twitter. There's no reason that they should have taken him off of any of these things in the first place. I
No.
think it's been more than shown in the years since that happened that it's a collusion between media and government to silence American speech, which is antithetical to the First Amendment, and therefore needs to be undone, reversed immediately, and needs to have some sort of, I don't know, reparations paid to Alex Jones, if you will, the government for his stifling of his speech.
I know he said some outlandish shit over the years, but to me it seems like the majority of what he says is either on the nose or has a lot of factual shit behind it, because they have just gone after that man. They've pretty much thrown everything at him that they could. So to me, it seems like he's speaking a lot of truth and they don't want it to be known.
Right, like if he was full on like just a crazy person saying outlandish things that were impossibly true, they wouldn't even care. They'd
Right.
just be like, oh, he's a crazy person, just ignore him. But since he's like exposed Bohemian Grove, which I think was probably one of the most important things
Yep.
he ever did, in all honesty. Yeah, and the fact that like he's throwing out information and it sounds outlandish, but then you get down to it, it's like, oh shit, man was right.
Well, what does the First Amendment guarantee you the right to do? Does it guarantee you the right to be correct?
No.
Does it guarantee you the right to only say what agrees with what the state says?
No.
No, it directly protects your right to be wrong about shit. To say something that's completely wrong, that's completely insane, that's off the wall, that doesn't make sense, or whatever it is that you feel like saying because you feel like saying it for that reason, so that you can have the argument, so that you can show why someone is right or wrong. And if you're not allowed to do that, you end up getting these echo chambers of people who are not allowed on sites, and then they go to like BitChute or whatever and like have their QAnon conspiracy meetings about shit that they think is going on, and there's no one there to fight against it because they're already the people who've been ousted. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So if you have the conversation in the main fucking hallway where the cool kids and the fucking geeks and like the all the people are, the jocks, everybody's there, and they've all got their different perspectives, and you put something forward and someone disagrees with you, then you can have the argument and you can suss it out, Yeah,
the free marketplace of ideas. I mean, that's essentially, it's like people can, oh, does that ring true, or is there evidence? And then by consensus and then by verification, we could actually all come to consensus on reality as opposed to a narrative. And that's the scary thing, is like when you have someone that powerful not towing their narrative, that's really what it was.
Well, and what you have in this country is, since we have so many different perspectives, going back to the Simpsons thing, right? Like you go to the school the next day and everyone's on the same page, and like you can all say the thing and everyone gets the joke. Now you say the joke and no one gets it because there's 500 or 10,000 or even 1 million people who watch the thing that you watch, but you go to like the main hallway and no one watches that shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so many people that 1 million people even doesn't matter these days. I mean, it matters, but
Yeah.
as far as
I know what you're saying.
numbers of eyeballs on a particular thing, that's still nothing, you know?
Right. No, no, you're absolutely right. Because it's, I mean, like when YouTube got rid of Jones and Stephen Molyneux, and people who, whether you agreed with them or not, they're provocative and actually inspired at least conversation. But like when they were ousted to their own corners of, the internet to do their own, just have their own little audience, that engagement, yeah, isn't.
Well, there's
I'm
there's
with you.
things that you can pull out, like Stefan Molyneux, for instance, said some fucking stuff that pissed off a lot of people about race and intelligence. Whether it's true or not is up for debate. I tend to think that it's based in some sort of science. At least the margins are what you have to look at, not the fucking meat of it. But
Mm-hmm.
whatever. The things that you can take away from him, though, is like his talks on peaceful parenting and how not hitting your kids and not terrorizing your children can increase their IQ by a standard deviation. I mean, they can go from a 95 to 100 just because you didn't beat the crap out of them like you got beat up when you were a kid, you know? Because they don't have that in the back of their mind that abuse doesn't happen, the cortisol doesn't happen in their brain, their development happens better. Their brain is more optimized towards solving problems rather than dealing with abuse. And so, therefore, their emotional intelligence, their analytical intelligence, they're all noticeably, markedly higher. And that's the only way that has been shown in the entire research and development of like developmental psychology and all of these other studies or disciplines that look into things like increasing intelligence in children that they all want to do. That's what they're all trying to do in school and stuff, and start like pre-K and stuff sooner, is to increase. That's the only thing that works, is not hitting your kids and not screaming at them. Isn't that interesting? Calhoun says, shout out to my friend's channel, Mike Ratch. Mike Ratch. Everybody go take Mike Ratch.
Mike Cratch will blow your mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice, Cratch. I mean, wait, what?
What?
Well, I don't know, man. What else you guys want to talk about?
Honda, I did want to ask you, going back to what we were talking about earlier. I mean, say Colorado assault weapon ban happens, like, and I mean, my plan is like, I don't know yet. I have a few ideas, but what about you?
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, is Texas become a real option for you, or, I mean,
I'm still at a point where I can move.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the kids are in high school. Me and their mom aren't together. I don't want to like take the kids away from my mom and go to Texas or something. And I don't want to leave the kids here and go to Texas. So I'm here.
Yeah. I mean, I know, like, for me, like, right now, I'm like, I just finally got a steady, real good job, because during COVID, I lost my really good job, and then I had to go back to construction, and then, now I finally got back in my field, but it's like, I definitely don't want to stay, at least in the Denver metro anymore. I've been working on doing my uncle's property homesteading stuff, but, like, if this is a statewide thing, and even out in the middle of nowhere, they still can come for you.
And at a point, like, I don't know, man. In for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah.
We're only here so long, kind of thing.
Yeah. Might as well make it worth doing, right?
What is it Benjamin Franklin said? Either write something worth reading or do something worth writing about. But that was the only medium back then, was writing. So either speak something that's worth being listened to or do something that's worth speaking about.
No, absolutely. Yeah,
God
man.
damn it. What is this shit? Dropping in YouTube clips? Alright, hold on.
Wow, that's 20. Another 20. Damn.
Hold on.
$20. Damn, dude.
Hold on.
How you feeling there, brother?
Just fine.
Another 20.
Alright. This is just the light. Oh, but it's a clip from it. Okay, so this is a clip from the live stream. Like, what is going on here? All right, let's chatception my own chat with a chat from earlier.
I see that.
Oh man.
We know who he runs for.
Is it the winning team?
Dude, you didn't get the good part where I said, did I? Did you?
I think that was after, like a few seconds after.
Yeah, whoever clipped that, you fucked up. Needs to be like 10 seconds sooner. Where I say
Good try.
Nick
Good try.
Nick Gurr. That is the name
I
that I
think in
said.
his home country, the R is pronounced as an A.
Guar.
It's true. Certain parts of the country, that's a necessity.
Yes.
Well, shit. I guess if that's 20 more, then we might kill this Rittenhouse tonight. I don't know. There's not much left.
So how much more until he starts slurring?
Oh, he has the constitution of a sailor.
Oh, he says keep playing it. Okay, fine.
I see that.
Oh man.
We know who he runs for.
Is it the winning team?
This call runs on blood memory. Says, can you check out my friend's channel, Nick Gurr? Sure, man. Nick Gurr. I don't know what kind of content he does out there, but hopefully it's something that is along the lines of what we talk about here, and certainly, hopefully, it's entertaining. And you know, you guys.
Yeah, go check out Nick Gurr. You might like it. Who knows?
Oh fuck.
Jamming.
Straight.
Yeah.
Straight.
That strike would be
On re-examination, that was actually pretty fucking good. You got me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cheers to that. Cheers to you, chat. You got me again.
Got him.
Sludge.
Oh my god. That's bad and funny.
I like these little cups I got here. They're kind of cool.
I can't see it because of the live chat banner.
You can't see me in the corner holding a cup.
Yeah. No, because of the live chat banners in the way.
What the fuck? Here, I'll move myself down one. There you go.
There you go. Now we can see you. Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
They were selling these at Costco. They were like little chocolate desserts. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll get the little box of chocolate. I didn't realize they came in glasses.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't like
We do
being
little chocolate shooters.
Chocolate.
Oh, the chocolate shooters. That's quite
Yeah,
good.
chocolate. Chocolate.
I'm from Germany, Homer. From the land of chocolate. Land of chocolate.
Bulletproof safe rooms in schools. I mean, I guess. Why not?
Yeah.
Wait, speaking of bulletproof in schools, so, okay, New York and California, body armor is illegal to buy, right? But my question is, like, really why? I mean, I know why, the reasoning they say that LA bank robbery that happened and criminals that use it, but, like, it's completely defensive. Like, there's nothing offensive about wearing body armor. Like, why is that a proposed ban now? That's the part I don't understand. Like, their reasoning behind that.
Can't
'Cause they
give
don't want people to
citizens
fight.
too much of it up.
Because having body armor makes you less susceptible to being stopped by police officers when they try to stop you.
Yep.
Which you could translate as, well, when a school shooter shows up and has body armor, like we stopped him from being able to have body armor. Okay. Or you could take that as, well, when the police come for you, the average citizen, they don't want you, the average citizen, to have that. It just depends on your thinking on it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, because my thinking is like, they sell the backpacks that have like level 4 plates in them that, just your everyday, it looks like an everyday gray man backpack, right? And, it's just like they talk about, well, think of the children. It's like, well, okay, cool. Let's give the children these backpacks with level 4 body armor in it, right? But then they're like, no, you can't do that because that would only keep them safe. Like, the arguments against completely defensive armor is ludicrous to me. I mean, I understand why they want the power to do what they will by pushing a gun in your face, but like, I mean,
Daniel dropped in 5 and says, that goes in the Hall of Fame right next to the time you fell for the Anshray vaccine and the onion flesh-eating Congress video.
Yeah, I would agree.
All right, let's watch this video. It's coming out as straight to your lefty parents.
Something?
Yes, of course, sweetheart.
I'm dating someone.
What's his name?
Her name is Sarah. I'm straight.
Okay.
What did you just say?
I'm straight.
Let's just hope we improve.
No, son of a... Will be straight.
Here's the thing. When you're young, you experiment.
Yeah, this is a phase.
I love you, no matter. Honey,
No, I'm not doing that.
what do you think?
I don't know.
He doesn't know about Celine Dion anymore. This is
Maybe you're just not a bottom.
yeah, sweetheart. You should just try one time at a time. Tonight we will all sit on the couch. We'll watch. What should we watch? We'll watch
Hairspray.
Hairspray. We can, as a family, just scroll through Grindr. These are He just needs some time.
Dude, that was pretty good.
Damn.
Oh god, it reminds me of those like teachers TikToks who are like complaining about their parents getting them fired for them trying to convert their kid.
Oh man, hold on, I'm doing something. Because we've got another clip. Oh man, hold on. Where's the clip? Where's the clip?
It was up your ass,
This one didn't work for some reason.
They're saying nothing tops that onion one. I'm trying to remember what was the onion one.
Oh my god, here, I can play that real quick. Let me search that shit up. Onion, redacted bill, first thing.
Congress shall now vote for approval of H.R. 8791, the Homeland
I saw this and I thought it was real.
Terrorism Preparedness Bill. Said bill requests emergency response funding up to and including, I'm sorry, this section is classified, dollars to prepare for a national level terrorist attack and or attack from classified. Funding for first responder personnel and vehicles would be doubled if said attack leads to more than 80% of national population being affected by classified. This funding shall commence in conjunction with the first attack on classified or the first large-scale outbreak of classified, dependent upon which comes first. Civilian and military units shall be trained in containment and combat of classified, including irradiated classified with possibility of classified airborne, classified flesh-eating, classified, and or all of the above in such event as classified spewing, classified escape are released or otherwise become uncontrollable. Air Force units may also be directed to combat said classified due to their enormous size and otherworldly strengths. Should event occur in urban areas, Jesus.
Suffice to say, I thought this was real. And I played it for Ray Ray one night when we were on a chat. And Ray Ray was like, "Oh my God, it's real!" And so he thought it was real too. And then like Matt hopped in the chat afterwards, and Ray Ray was like, Honda, play Matt the video." So I played him this, and Matt was like, hold on. Let me see the video again. And he's like, "That's an Onion video." I'm like, "No, it's not." And I looked at it, I'm like, "Oh, fuck, it is."
The Onion Span. Yep. It looks legit though. It's just
It does, and I saw it years ago, and I just kind of like filed it away in my head as like, oh yeah, there's that video of like the alien response bill that they had to read that is posted online that you can find. And then we were doing a gay frog chat one night, and I'm like, oh yeah, the alien video thing. Let me pull that up. You know, like it was one of those things.
Mhm.
Turned out I was wrong. It happens. So you have the right
Well,
to be.
I mean,
That's what the Second Amendment means. It means you have the right to
First
be
Amendment.
mistaken about.
First
Excuse me.
Amendment.
Thank you. See, again, I've been drinking. That's what the First.
It started, boys. It's starting.
You want to try
I love
StarCraft later?
Dennis you'll finally win.
Probably.
Sorry about your balls.
Sorry about your balls, bro.
Like, who was the best at the shooting games when we would play? Was it Infernus? Infernus was pretty good. I know that.
Pretty good at those too, but I don't play a lot of them anymore because of the hacking.
Yeah.
It wasn't Night Strike, because Night Strike got his ass shot off the ladder. Got sacrificed so many times.
Oh, that's a different game. But yeah, we only do that because he gets so upset about it. Because I did it to him one time, and he like rage quit and didn't play with us for like a month.
Wow.
And then everyone was nice to him for a while, and then Matt did it to him. Like it's easy to rage quit for a month. It's easy to rage quit for a month when Honda shoots you off the ladder. It's not easy to rage quit for a month when Matt does it to you.
Oh, great.
Oh shit.
I like to last 4 seconds in CS:GO basically and have Koreans just destroy me. So
Daniel says, "Have you all seen the video of that ship heading our way?" Dude, I tried to find the video of that again today, and I still couldn't find it. If you can find a link to that, I'll look for it again right now. But
Shot.
But I couldn't find the fucking link for this video for the life of me. I saw it yesterday before the chat, and I neglected to retweet it because I figured it would be everywhere, right? Like a crazy video like that, you're going to find again and again and again and again and again without even looking for it. So why would I retweet it? I'll find it later. Well, I should have retweeted it. Yeah. Mother ship and solar system.
wait, I saw that article about the CIA talking about the mothership in documents.
Well, it's a radio wave telescope, like a radio telescope of the solar system, and you can see Earth, and you can, if I remember correctly, it was Venus, but it might have been Mars. And you can see the size of Mars. You can't really see the size of Earth. It's more of just like a dot because it's the origin of the radio. But you can see the size of the other planet. And the size of the fucking mothership is, I don't know, 20 times bigger than a planet.
Nice.
Like a Dyson sphere? Oh, jeez.
No, a Dyson sphere, 20 times bigger than a planet would still not even be as big enough to go around the sun.
Oh, right. You're right. Yeah.
But it's on a direct course to Michigan, right? The Duke
governor.
So
I like to think that all the
basically,
shit that Matt talks is going to South Texas. It's going to land like right on Elon Musk's lawn, which is Matt's backyard.
the only thing I can say is It seems like Project Bluebeam a lot too, though. Like they're gonna use the fucking Project Bluebeam for it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
That
100%.
too, for sure.
That's exactly my thoughts.
Yeah, I still can't find it. So if you could fucking like post a link to this shit, Daniel, Daniel, I would love to. I seen it on Instagram early. I'm not even on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm lame.
Honestly, the public really doesn't get any of the real shit that is happening in space because NASA just feeds us the CGI. They won't actually show us the real shit. They could already be communicating with the actual alien races and just fucking throwing it under the fucking table.
I think they have been.
Daniel says he doesn't have the link. He said he didn't see the video of the alien ship, but he read about the Russian subs off both coasts of the U.S.
I don't know. For all I know, it was fake. You know what I mean? Because like, who fucking knows these days what's what? Certainly, the chances of that are probably higher than the chances that it's real. Let's be honest. Because anytime you have like, oh, Pentagon says, then there's some fucking dude in the basement somewhere who's like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna spoof the internet with this video over here, this thing that I create on my computer, pass it off as real. You know, like that shit happens all the time.
Yeah, it's the same thing like what people were doing with the Arma 3 game and making it seem like that the Russians attacking Ukraine and shit, and they were taking all these videos from Arma with and claiming, look at this, and it's like that's a fucking video game.
Well, that's fucking. This is cool right here. You know what's amazing about this is the planet Earth would be like a dot, like right there. It'd be like the tip of the finger.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
And it's still got like 4 billion years till it burns out. Like the sun's amazing.
It's pretty incredible.
Yep, I'm never gonna find this video again. Apparently, it's gone forever. The internet ate it.
Yeah, I just found the articles where it was just mentioning documents, which I found kind of interesting. And it's like a bunch of Dr. Greer stuff. So.
Do you try actually Googling it to see if Google can find it?
Googling it. The only thing I haven't done is like DuckDuckGo, but I'm not doing that right now. Usually Twitter is the best way. You just pull it up and there's videos and whatever's going on right now you can find. You know, like what's trending right now. Glock. Glock is trending right now. Why?
The Glock rifle?
Yankee bought a Glock. That's why it's trending.
Fun fact. No state requires a dog to have a carry permit. You're welcome.
Now we know the real reason the ATF targets them.
Yeah, no shit.
12-year-old in Michigan robbing a place. Yep, that's par for the course. Why would you print a pink one?
Breast cancer awareness?
Yeah, because why not?
You can.
Imagine how disrespected the bad guy would feel getting blown away by a pink Glock.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man, it's a Glock 43 too.
Oh, have you seen this video? I didn't show it the other day, but I'll show it now. Fuck it, I don't care. This guy's driving along. Someone like cuts off. He does this little brake check thing. Now he's looking at him. He stuck his tongue out and smiles smugly. Now the guy's behind him. Oh, there's the brake check. Sorry. So road rage. You got road rage, right? The guy tried to get in front of him. He didn't let him. He stuck his tongue out. Got in front of him. Brake checked him.
Yeah, this guy doesn't need to own a gun.
Yeah.
You're supposed to diffuse the situation, not fucking make it worse.
Right. Especially, you have to basically be on your best behavior and mind your P's and Q's when you're carrying.
So now,
what you do will reflect on the whole community.
You can only imagine what the guy's doing behind him, probably flipping him off and flashing his lights and swerving and tailgating. And now he's beside him. And this is where I'm going to stop it. Because at this point, the car gets up next to him. And the car next to him shoots around into this guy's car. And he immediately starts firing back. So it's like he gets fired upon and instantaneously is firing back and empties his magazine at this other car, or at least fires like several shots.
Save it for the after chat and show us, because I haven't seen this part. I just saw you talking about it the other day.
With those set of facts, is this justified?
He was brake checking the guy, antagonizing.
The course would
probably. You're like Corey?
The course would probably side against him because, like you were saying, he instigated the whole thing.
Yeah.
Instead of diffusing the situation, he just amplified it.
Yeah, they both would be charged with firing a firearm.
Reckless endangerment and
X Adam one says, is it in Discord? It is now, if you want to check it out on that side.
There you have it.
I don't know. I think with a good lawyer, he'll be able to get off.
Oh, I mean, with a good lawyer and enough money, he can get off anything. Look at OJ.
Oh, yeah.
It's not in Discord. I got to actually click on the thing. All right.
Now, if it was a public defender, then I don't...
Oh, hell no.
Now it's in Discord.
Earplugs.
Now it's in Discord.
But then again, a public defender got me off, so...
Now he got you off.
I have gotten myself off court before. Like, I had a fucking court date because I got in a bunch of trouble, and I had 4 charges pending. Was driving 20 over. It was 21 over, so it was like a 6-point ticket. Whilst possession of marijuana, possession of paraphernalia, and they gave me a driving while under the influence of drugs ticket. And then I didn't show up for court for 4 years. And then I showed up for court 4 years later. Like, here I am, no lawyer, and talked myself into the best deal possible that you could ever have. And if you had a lawyer, you wouldn't have gotten such a good deal. Yeah. It just depends. I mean, you get the judge on the right day, you get the judge on the wrong day. You know, you get your fucking public defender on the right day, you get your public defender on the wrong day, that kind of thing. Everything lines up good, everything lines up bad. You never know how it's going to go. Like, anytime you deal with the courts, it's fucking pretty terrible. But going into court and being like, look, you guys didn't catch me. No one gave me a ticket. I'm not arrested and brought before you. I'm here to clear my name of these things. What do I have to do so I don't have this shadow hanging over my life, so that I can drive my kids to school, so that I can have a normal job, so that I can move on with my life and not have this as a bane in my side anymore? And that's basically what I said to the judge. And he was like, small fine and community service. Gavel.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
What was the community service?
Like 24 hours. It wasn't crazy.
Nice.
Or maybe it was 40. I'm not sure. It wasn't like 400 or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got it done and I turned it. And the funny thing was, dude, like, I got all my community service done, and so I had to go back into court and then pay the fine and be done with it, right? So I go back into court, and the judge is like, why are you here? And I'm like, what do you mean, why am I here? I had a return court date for today to turn in all of my community service hours, which had to be completed by this date, turned in through the community service person, which has been done, as you can see in your documents. And he's like, well, I have no documentation as to what was going on, what kind of deal you had, what it was that you like agreed to. And I'm like, look, you had these things for me to do, and it was something like a $400 fine initially.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys don't have any like documentation of it? He's like, yeah, I don't know why you're here. And I'm like, dude, well, why would I be here with court paperwork in my hand, with fucking community service that I have done and completed and turned in, if we didn't have a deal? Because he was trying to say that we didn't have a deal. And it ended up being like, yo, I don't know what the deal was. You tell me what the deal was, defendant, me. And I was like, $200 fine. I got another taken off my fine too because they didn't have their court paperwork right. But I could have gotten fucked right then if I had choked on my words.
Right.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, but this was years ago, man. I was like early 20s when I got in. Actually, shit, I was like 19 when I got in all that trouble. And then I was like 23, 24 when I went to court and fucking got everything taken care of.
Damn.
Yeah. Years ago in a different life. But what that proved to me is like your freedom matters more than to you than it means to anybody else. You know what I mean? Like your public defender
Absolutely.
doesn't give a fuck. The judge doesn't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They're more willing to go along with you if you're stringent and not going along with what they say. Because they were going to take away my license for a year. And I was like, I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I can't do that because I have kids and I've already not been able to drive. And that's why I'm here so that I can get my driver's license back because I need to take my kids to school.
Mm-hmm.
So that can't be part of the deal. And so he just dropped that whole thing. You know what I mean? Like you got to have those arguments and be able to like enunciate them because it matters to you. And maybe you'll have a better chance. I don't know. Like public defenders are great if you have a complicated law case, but if it's something simple, just go argue your fucking case to the judge, man. No, I did have kids when I was 19. This is when I finally had kids when I was 24, 23, 24. And I like needed to get a construction job and like therefore have my license and therefore, you know, like be able to take the kids to school and stuff like that. And I'd just been driving dirty. Like I'd get my plates taken care of once a year so that my plates aren't expired. So you have no reason to just pull me over. And then I just drive careful everywhere I went. And I never got pulled over ever.
Drive under the speed limit, you know.
Bro, like super anxiety. Like anytime I got in the car, just anxiety. Because like I knew that if I made one wrong move and got pulled over, I'm fucked. Because like not only do I, you know, like not have a driver's license and all that stuff, but on top of that, I've got like warrants and all this other shit out for my arrest from stuff that happened years ago. Like I'm fucked.
Oh yeah. No, it's yeah. No, I had my license suspended for a year though for my DUI when I was 18. Yeah, I was about to turn 18.
On the private chat real quick.
Whoa, there's a lot of private chat messages going on here. What did I miss?
Well, look at mine though. I'm just not sure how you want to handle that.
I don't think there's anything to handle really. It's fine. I mean, no one's doxing anything. That's the main thing that I care. Just don't dox people and don't like say anything illegal, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do to nobody.
And you missed the super chat, by the way.
Oh shit.
From Daniel.
In my rantings. Look up fallen angel found in Russia. Oh, I was gonna do that. That's what it was.
Didn't like a Russian jet like took down one of our drones today or something like that?
Yeah. Knocked down one of the fucking M something whatever M9 or something like that drones.
Was it a game of chicken?
Let's watch the TikTok video. That'll be the best source of information about it. Oh, gotta mute it. Finding an abandoned statue of an angel in a coal mine in Russia.
Интересно.
So are they saying this is a real fucking angel?
Yeah, I think some people are trying to say it's like a petrified angel.
I mean, it's a cool artifact, though, for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Might be like if the shield's real. Like they don't usually put real shields on a fucking statue.
Yeah.
Or I guess you can tell the difference between like porcelain or marble that's carved from flesh that's been petrified. But usually when something's been petrified, the flesh melts away and you're left with the bones, and that's what you see in the petrification, not the like outline of the face. Like you see like the outline of the face.
Mhm.
Like yeah, it looks like it's all fucking haggard and old. But that's not what a petrified face looks like. That's not even what a mummified face looks like. So
I mean, it could be just like, I think it's just a cool statue. It could be just really old. You know? It's pretty cool. It's cool looking.
Yeah, for sure.
they're saying it was 100 feet down in virgin soil. Well, that's the thing. You go back far enough in time, like, what is virgin soil? How many things have been covered up by mudslides and, you know, like floods that brought in sediment, that deposited sediment over years of time, whatever else, you know, like the face of the earth is continually changing. That's why you don't see fucking like craters on the earth like you do on the moon, right? The moon doesn't change like that, so the craters stay for a fucking really long time. On Earth, they just erode away and like plants grow over them, and then sediment happens and earthquake, and boom, you never see it again.
I mean, that the fact that the statue is just still looks like all intact says something. If it's real,
it's pretty fucking awesome.
I mean, it's true. Like, it's a crazy find, especially saying like he's saying it's 100 feet down in virgin soil, also in the middle of nowhere, Siberia. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense that it's there really, but
well, there's jasper mines and things like that as well. Like there's a lot of carvings, especially even up to 1,000 years ago. I mean, 1,000 years is a long time, absolutely, but like you understand, Christianity in that region has been there for almost 2,000 years. So we're talking about the Greek Orthodox. So religious iconography that's even 1,000 years old is not uncommon in that part of the world, especially in jasper mines, which is in Siberia. Just throwing that out there as a possibility.
right? That statue could have been down there just to watch over the coal miners.
yeah, I wonder if there's any like inscriptions on it anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that would say a lot about either who made it, or when it was made, or why it was made, or what it was for.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the shield and sword can be detached too without destroying it. Because it kind of looks like the sword's just hanging out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably a depiction of Archangel Michael, because he's usually the one with a sword, right?
Right.
Sword who fights fucking Satan as Michael.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Revelation 20, when he cast him into the lake of fire. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna throw it out there that I think it's just a lost religious icon that's maybe 1,000 years old, which is an amazing find, but not uncommon in that region, especially with the jasper stone mines and quarries that are there.
A woman holding a shield. Fallen angel statue learned the excavator miners show the emotions of blah 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 blah. Kind of drunk, reading slowly. That's all it says. Fuck you, whoever site you are. Daily.
Like I said, if it's real.
Baloney. What'd you say?
I say if it's real.
All right, that Rittenhouse is starting to soak in a little bit.
All right,
yeah, with all these
guys.
super chats, have you finished the bottle yet?
Nope.
I gotta get going. I have work early in the morning, but thank you for having me on and letting me spew my craziness.
All right, so we'll take it easy, brother.
Right,
Hope you feel better.
See you, Wolf.
Oh, thanks, guys, and cheers.
Maleko, my brother.
All right, до свидания, брат. All right, later.
Dobre. Dobre.
Later.
Do you guys know who this is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Penguin
No.
or what? What's his
Yeah.
name?
Penguin Zero or Moist Critical. Either
Moist
one.
Critical. That's what it is. I didn't know he was into guns. Booyah. He's like the fucking smallest, like daintiest dude who can't do anything physical I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, have you ever seen him like interact with people in the wild?
No, I don't even know who he is.
I don't know. You could just tell like he did not play any sport at any point. He played a lot of video games and really likes Pokemon or whatever. Like, Jesus. Yeah, we read the whole thing on gun control today. It didn't do shit. Like, what did it do? Nothing. What does it change? Nothing. Does it make anything better? No. Does it make anything worse? Not really. Spend some money. That's what it does. All right, fuck it. I guess we're done.
Yeah.
Oh, not everybody.
The alcohol's alcoholing me, and I need
Did you get that last super chat by Daniel?
Russians sent the military to seize it. Well, the Russians would always seize upon any opportunity to have some sort of propaganda for the state. If there's something like that found, I'm sure they have every motivation in the world to claim it as their own for whatever reasons that they might want to do. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yep, they're gonna say the Black Sea is theirs, so it's in their space.
The fuck is he making?
Looks like little pewter fucking things that Duke likes to play with. What are those called?
Figurine.
Plugs, butt plugs.
No, what's that shit that Duke likes to play?
Warhammer.
A Warhammer.
Yeah, those like little Warhammer things or something. Like any of them that break, you just throw them back in. That's cool. That dude's making a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, no shit.
Yep.
That's what you need to do. Invest in
I
one of
keep
those.
trying to tell Duke to do it.
Just get a mold and then do what this guy's doing. God, dude, Big Mike. Look at that.
How dare they?
How dare you?
So wrong.
Calhoun says, one more shot.
For the road.
Might as well just down the bottle.
And there's not much left, but I'm not killing that bottle right now.
That's a man if I ever seen one. Look at that fucking thing.
Yeah, it looks like she's got like a tumor growing in the middle of her chest. What is that?
Did you see the meme? Did you see the meme where it said Michelle saw her shadow, so there's 6 more weeks of winter, and it's just dangling, just swinging in the breeze.
All right, guys. Well, I am going to work tomorrow and for the rest of the week, so I will not see you guys again until Saturday. So I will we'll say cheers to everybody for the rest of your week. Make all the money, do all the things, have a good attitude, smile, make new friends. Cheers.
You got another super chat.
Cheers.
Cheers.
He just leave the
It is our show now.
And it's still going to.
So what are we talking about?
That's fucking funny.
You could have kept it going too.
Oh shit! Daniel dropped in too with another video thing. Okay, what is this now? Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. What are you now?
Calhoun dropped in another super chat as well.
Oh my lord. Hold on.
Calhoun dropped in another super chat.
Is that all it is? Okay, am I missing something? What's going on here? Is that all it is? Yeah, that's just a link to the chat. I don't know if you did another clip or whatever. I don't know how to look at all your clips. God damn it. Okay, Calhoun dropped in too and said, ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha, ha ha. Okay, I think you fixed it this time. That's the link. Let's try that one. Okay, that is actually a clip. So let's copy.
Make sure it's strike free.
Paste.
I see that, yeah.
Oh man.
We know who he runs for.
Is it the winning team?
This car runs on blood memory. Says, can you check out my friend's channel, Nick Gurr? Sure, man, Nick Gurr. I don't know what kind of content he does out there, but hopefully it's something that is along the lines of what we talk about here, and certainly, hopefully, it's entertaining. And you know, you guys
Go check out Nick Gurr. You might like it. Who knows?
Drop a link.
Oh my god.
Yep, you called it out. I forgot I wasn't even screen sharing that. Whatever, it's fine. There you go. Oh, chatception.
Oh,
holy shit. That'll fuck with your head.
It's an infinite mirror. Hold on, let's make it just me. Let's see how that goes. Oh no, it doesn't do it if it's just me. It's got to be screen sharing. Okay. All right, whatever. We're fucking done. I've been drinking.
I was just waiting for more back-to-back super chats.
Anyway, we do love you guys. We'll see you next time. Again, I will be back Saturday, maybe if Matt does his geek chat, I can pop in for a little bit on that. But Saturday has been like a chill day now, bro. It's been nice not having to do a chat on Saturday night and not have that, like, you know, because I can do other shit. I can go wherever I want. I have a weekend day back, and it's nice. It's very nice. So
awesome.
It's nice having Tuesdays. Anyway, we'll see you
guys.
guys.
Stay on and talk about 9/11.
Semina, you know the thing.
Daniel says wait.
Oh Lord, what's he got now?
I will wait until the next thing that you say, Daniel. Now he's never going to type again. Watch.
2 hours later. Daniel, where you at?
Yeah, you got 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Wait, says Daniel.
Daniel-san. Damn, Daniel.
Chatception. We'll get rid of chat.
Damn, Daniel.
You 1? Yes, it is 1. Okay, there we go. That's the one I was sharing before.
Super chat.
Why is Bill Nye dancing?
Because he's high. Off science.
Fuck that idiot.
Wow, okay. All right, I'm still waiting, Daniel. Dr. Pepper says, keep going. We're here for entertainment. Are you not entertained?
Daniel left the chat. Watch.
Are you not entertained? Biden crime families trending.
Dr. Pepper says, do a poll, stay or go.
Well, then everyone's going to be like, stay.
Please don't go.
GPT-4. What is this? GPT? That's the...
Chat GPT?
Yeah, but they've got a 4th version now. GPT-4 turn a hand-drawn sketch into a functional website.
Self
All right, let's see.
was the original of our mock-up. So there you go, going from hand-drawn, beautiful art, if I do say so myself, to working website. And this is all just potential. This was the original.
So you've got AI that turns a hand-drawn sketch into a functional website. I need like chat AI to go through my videos and like edit them down to like interesting clips and post them. That's what I need an AI to do.
Right. Yash says, we are not sufficiently entertained just yet. And Calvin says, finish the bottle.
Bro, I got shit to do tomorrow. I can't be like getting that drunk. Like having a couple shots is one thing, but
Daniel drops in $100 super chat.
Too. No shit.
What if Daniel dropped in $100 super chat and said, finish the bottle?
Oh God.
I can't argue with $100. $100 is $100. But
Daniel.
But I'm saying, please don't do that because I don't want to do that.
Daniel says, is he still waiting?
Oh, Daniel talked again. Okay. Chat's over now that Daniel talked again. He said, wait. I said, I will wait for Daniel to talk again.
He does a $100 super chat. Dr. Prepper says, Daniel, we need you untapped. Of course, Daniel, you can do it. You're the only one that can go to a fucking casino and lose, what was it, like 20 grand?
You can
or 12
do
grand
it.
or something. Make him finish the bottle.
Do you put milk on your dog's dry food?
No, but I do give my dog, my Rottweiler, a little bit of milk. She's been drinking milk since she was a puppy.
Don't do it, Daniel. No. No.
$100 super chat incoming. In 3, 2, 1. Daniel says 5 shots for $100? Question mark.
Who was the one who suggested the shots thing in the first place?
Probably Daniel. I don't know. It's been around for a while. I don't remember who initiated it.
I'd rather have like a beer, to be honest, than whiskey right now. God damn it.
Liquor before beer, you're in the clear. Beer before liquor, never sicker.
It's true. That's the way that goes.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I was just looking over like, okay, well, I'm going to end it now. And then that
Super chat. Super chat.
Oh, my God.
Jesus.
Super chat.
Corey, why'd you have to say something?
Full screen.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
You got to put the super chat on the screen.
God damn it. Ugh. I got to find the bottle now. I don't know where I put it. Oh, here it is. Fucking Daniel. Fucking goddamn it, Daniel. Alright, I shot 4 down. I still got. It's not 5 shots, but it's probably 3 or 4. Alright. Well, cheers to those who wish us well, and not to those who don't. They can go to hell. Cheers, boys.
Yeah, you're here.
Well, I guess we're going for another minute because I'm not doing 3 shots in a row and ending it because that would be kind of fucked.
Well, I have to go. I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. So I'll see y'all later.
All right, Leo. See you later, brother.
Later, Leo. I'm gonna be on the way out as well because I gotta be up at 6 tomorrow. So fun shit. Fun shit.
Bunch of bleeding vaginas.
Jesus.
Oh.
All right.
Them is fighting words. So I gotta go get my girlfriend. She's doing an anime thing.
Oh, you'll get a girlfriend?
Your girlfriend? Let's go get the girlfriend.
Oh, your girlfriend?
Hell no. Yeah. You guys didn't get the accent or what?
You like my girlfriend?
It's fucked up.
I worked really, really hard to get her.
Oh god. Oh god.
Jesus.
Oh no.
Lord. All right, man. We'll have a good night. Get some sleep.
Yeah. You as well. Good chat.
Yeah.
Later, everyone.
Oh, I don't want to finish this bottle, dude.
It's
I want to die with this bottle on the fucking in the liquor room rack, whatever. But you're making me do it. You're making me kill Rittenhouse. You're killing Rittenhouse right now, Daniel. You're killing him. You're killing him. All right, it's looking like 3 shots. That's how it's going to be. What do you really think? Wait, hold on. Tell us what you really think happened on 9/11. I mean, the short answer is look up Operation Northwoods. Do you guys know what that is?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So if you guys don't know, Operation Northwoods was proposed by McNamara to Kennedy in the 60s. And it was a clandestine operation about how they were going to hijack commercial airlines, empty the people out, put them back up in the air with some sort of remote flying mechanism, fly them into buildings, and blame the terrorist events on Cuba so that they would have preamble to go to war with Cuba. And that's not conspiracy theory. That's an actual proposal that was rejected by Kennedy. That did not happen, and that's why we know about it.
And I think that's what got Kennedy off.
Yep.
Or one of the things. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things probably. Yeah. I mean, one of the other things was, do you guys know about the executive order that Kennedy had to get rid of the Federal Reserve Bank? I think that was the thing that did it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
It was some executive order that he did. I forget what it was exactly, but it was to put the money back in the hands of the American people instead of the hands of some fiat currency printing Jackal Island created monster from 1910. If you guys want to know who's really in control of the world, when people like Mark Malone are talking about the juice, it's not the juice, although there are a couple of drops of juice that are involved. It's a particular family by the name of Rothschild that own Federal Reserve banks, central banks, privately owned banks in every country pretty much around the world, and hence control every currency in every country around the world. They're the richest people by far. Like, they're in trillions. Everyone else is in billions. You know what I mean? They're so rich that they're not even counted.
Well, it's been estimated they have like $200 trillion amongst all of them.
Something like that. Yeah, we talked about it the other day. It's insane.
Yeah, they spread their wealth out for the whole family, so nobody keeps track of
Look,
it.
Mark Malone's here all of a sudden. Imagine that. Like
this juice you speak of.
You got another super chat.
Stop it. Oh my lord. What happened to Ukrainian couple in Discord anyway? Well, I mean, I don't know. I'll let you field this one, Corey. Tell us the story of the Ukrainian couple in Discord. I'll take the shot.
I defer to you.
God damn it, I was going to take the shot. All right. I mean, one of them hasn't been around. The other was only around when the first one was around, and they stopped being around immediately, which only goes to prove my point of they were actually the same person. And I'm sorry I called it out, person on the internet who I don't know, that you were lying about something. But it turns out you were lying about something, and now you're trying to be like, no, I wasn't. I mean, if they're smart, they'll just change their name and be like, yo, I'm Eduardo Despinosa. Sorry, I don't mean to pick on you, Eduardo. It was just the first name that I saw. All right, anyway.
Mark Cologne.
Give a shout out and a cheers to those people who are, and this, it's kind of a sad thing, right? It's like, if you're lonely enough to make up a girlfriend for people online who you want to be friends with so that you can get more attention, that's kind of, it's sad for you. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sorry that you're in that position, and I hope that things go better and you can get something in your life, some social interaction and what you're, you know, reaching out for and deserving of, and you don't have to lie for it. Cheers.
How's that Rittenhouse taste now?
Worse and worse. It's really sweet. It's like sugar. Sugar and wood is what it tastes like.
Super chat.
Daniel says, yeah, what you said, and fuck Ukraine. All right, last shot is poured.
Daniel has killed Rittenhouse.
Yep.
Rittenhouse bottle's empty. Oh, do we have a lighter somewhere handy? Ooh, this stuff's fucking high proof. This will be fun if I have a lighter.
The flaming shot.
We're going to get a show, too.
This one doesn't work. No, you gotta light the empty bottle on fire.
Oh.
It's pretty cool. But I don't have a lighter, so it's not gonna be cool. Never mind.
The spark should do it.
We'll cap it up and we'll save it for later. There's like a little tiny micro drop left in there, so that's enough in there to... That'll do, pig. That'll do. Have you ever heard of Whistle Pig's Boss Hog whiskey?
Sounds familiar.
It goes for something like $450 a bottle if you find it at the liquor store, but it's always sold out as soon as you find it. So people sell it secondhand online for $700, $800, $900, $1,000.
Jesus.
If you're ever at the liquor store and you see you're in the whiskey section and you see a bottle of Whistle Pig's Boss Hog, buy it. And then take it and put it on one of those like alcohol sales sites, if you know what they are. And you can make money on it every time because it's always sold out as soon as they have it. That's the retail price is like $450. But it sells secondhand for more than that because people don't want to go to the liquor store 50 times to find a bottle. It's like finding 22 ammo, you know, back in the day.
Yeah, I just looked it up. There's prices anywhere from $599 to $5,000.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, depending on what kind you get too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's, and every single different cask is different. Like every single one is different. They're all unique and custom, and I really want to try it. Oh, Daniel says just go pick up a bottle of Louis the 12th. It's Louis the 13th, I thought. But yeah, we used to sell that at a steakhouse place that I used to work at. It was $125 for a 3/4 ounce pour, or it was a 1 ounce pour. It was a 1 ounce pour. $125 an ounce.
Jesus, fuck that.
So yeah, if you wanted a double, you wanted a 2 ounce pour, it was $250. But they also sold like $80 glasses of wine on the menu there. You know, like bottles that they open and just have ready for people who order the wine. Like that was a nice place to work at. Because it was really easy to drive up the sales on bougie people. You get like a business meeting or someone on a hot date who's got money. Like you'd only need 6 tables and you've got all of your money that you need, you know?
That's crazy.
Calhoun says Louis the 12 comes in a plastic bottle. Yeah, Louis the 13th you want, I think.
Yeah, Daniel said he forgot an eye.
Yeah. Daniel says the college I went to, you could order it with a meal. With your meal credits, it was $300 a shot. Jesus.
Damn.
Yeah, I used to go to school at Metropolitan College of Denver. It was actually Metropolitan State College of Denver is what it was called at the time. It's University of Metro Denver. I forget what they call it now. It's something different. But it's built around the Tivoli Center, which is like this old castle-looking building that's in the middle of Denver that's been there forever. And in the middle of the castle, there's this bar. So you could like in the middle, you know, like middle of your day, you're in between classes, you got an hour, you go to get some food and do some homework, or you could go to the Tivoli Center and sit at the bar and have a couple of drinks and then go to your next class. Might have done that a time or two. Too many. Myself.
Not you. Never.
I miss those days, man. That was a lot of fun going to school. Before I had kids, when, you know, the stakes were lower, it's like, oh, I don't have a place to live anymore. Darn it. I don't give a fuck. Like, like now it's like, I got kids, you know? You got to make sure. It's one thing for you. It's one thing for you to live in your car. It's another thing for you and your kids to live in your car.
Yeah. Dr. Prepper says, best trade deal ever. Money for drunk Honda. And Daniel goes, right? $100 won't even buy you a good steak anymore. This is well worth it.
On that note, cheers, boys. Steak is getting expensive. Everything's getting goddamn expensive. Dude, you go to the store, you can't spend less than $60. I've decided. I can't spend less than $60 when I go to the store.
And you only get a few items.
Yeah, you don't get much.
When before you could probably get close to a half a basket of shit.
Yeah.
I remember I used to get like 3 days worth of food for me and the kids for $100 back in the day. Not too long. And now it's like $60 is like dinner tonight and snacks and drinks.
I've noticed though, like especially like places like Costco, the food keeps going up, but the entertainment, like TVs and everything, keeps going down.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to cover your fucking entire wall with a TV for $100, but it's gonna cost you $1,000 for groceries.
Exactly. It's ridiculous, man. It's crazy.
Spoke says it's gonna be $100 for a loaf soon. Honestly, you're not wrong. I don't know how soon, but it's not gonna happen. Malone says you got to shoot some food or catch it or grow it. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dr. Prepper said he made more trying to end the chat than the actual chat. LL show listens to the audience. It shows that you listen to the audience.
You guys have no fathers. You're all bastards in my eyes. Here's to you, fatherless bastards out there watching the chat right now. Thank you for the super chats. I do appreciate it. I honestly do. Like, shit's getting rough right now, man. Like, it honestly is. And every penny fucking helps. I do appreciate it. So do the kids. Cheers.
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 So have y'all been buying silver and shit lately?
Not lately.
Yeah, not lately.
don't have money for it lately.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, bills are paid. It's not like I'm like, you know, hurting or anything like that. It's just I used to just go along and do my thing, and I'd have extra money. And now I'm going along and doing my thing, and I don't have nearly as much extra money. And that's like, that's not even that bad. You know what I mean? Like things could get bad where it's like you're going along and you're doing your thing, and you're not even making enough to feed yourself and your kids.
1042. That is a big negatory. Big old negative.
1042. I haven't heard that for a long time. That's radio call sign shit. 1042.
No, Tim. 1042. He's the one that sent that super chat earlier that has now been clipped multiple times.
Oh, to Nick.
Yeah.
That's true. Sorry, I thought you said 1042.
No.
Well, that is radio call sign shit from working at construction. I meant like over and out. I understand. 1042. Kill switch engineered, San Francisco, California. About the role. Listen, we just need someone to stand by the servers all day and unplug them if this thing turns on us. You'll receive extensive training on the code word, which we will shout out if GPT goes off the deep end and starts overthrowing countries. What we expect from you. Be patient. We know how to unplug things. Bonus points if you can throw a bucket of water on the server too, just in case. Be excited about OpenAI's approach to research. Yeah, this shit's getting crazy, man. Imagine going to right now and being like, oh man, I got to write a 12-page dissertation on the Spanish-American War. Oh shit, ChatGPT, write me a 10-page dissertation on the Spanish-American War. Done, bloom, bloom. Okay, just edit this, edit that, edit this, edit that, edit this, edit that, turn it in. Done.
I'm trying to wait for this fucking weather to clear up some so I can start a fucking huge ass garden. So I can stop having to worry about going to the fucking store all the time.
Mother's Day. Mother's Day is when you plant usually, right?
Well, yeah, after Good Friday. But we still got it like 4 days coming up where it's going to be close to freezing temperatures here. So can't plant anything yet. Plus, we've had a lot of rain, so the ground's soft. If I try tilling, it's just going to be slinging mud everywhere and be impossible.
Yeah, we've got a cold snap going on right now, too.
There's snow on the ground here today.
We didn't get any snow this year in my area.
Dude, have you seen what's going on in like New York and shit right now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the fucking
blizzard.
Yeah, they are fucking getting hammered with snow. I saw a video where it looked like he was walking through a fucking a crack in the glacier or some shit, and the snow was over his house. He had to tunnel his way out to wherever he was going.
Dude, same thing with San Bernardino, like like the mountains outside of San Bernardino, California.
Yeah, that's actually where it was. It was Northern California.
So yeah, between New York and well, it's not just New York, but it's like the Northeast and fucking California. Mm-hmm. They've both been getting hammered by snow, and they're getting hammered again right now.
Yeah, because I saw something. What was it earlier today or late last night about a nor'easter coming in and slamming.
Yeah, there's a bunch of California that's all flooded out right now too.
Well, that's only going to get worse as all that snow melts. You know, like it's got to go.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's crazy, man. Like Colorado it's been mild this year. It's really not been that much to write home about. Like when Matt was here, was the coldest it's been. We really haven't got that bad of like a snowstorm at any point. You know, and the kids have missed a couple of days of school because of snow, but That's fairly normal. Like that happens every year, you know.
Yeah, we didn't hardly get any snow here in Texas. We got ice. We got a shit ton of ice where you could probably skate in my backyard.
So when
We
is
haven't
Mother's
got-
Day?
We haven't gotten any ice or any snow this year, and we usually get at least one of them.
May
I'm not
14th.
sure. That's today.
No, today's
No,
March.
it's 2 months from today.
Oh, May 14th. I thought it's my bad. I thought you said March.
So yeah, like that's when you want to do all your planting. If you wanted to do something before that, like in Colorado anyway, and like I don't know how things work where you're at in Texas, you'd have to have a greenhouse.
Oh
And if
yeah,
you-
yeah. Start the shit in your house. Start it seedling, and
right, and
that's
then
when-
be ready to move it outside when it's that time of year where you're sure that you're not going to get another frost, or at least if you do, you're going to be able to like put blankets over the plants for one night or whatever it is, you know.
Yeah.
Tomatoes are the fucking hardest thing to grow, dude. Everything else just grows here. You know, like you put like peppers in the ground or whatever. And I'm not talking like lemons and oranges and mangoes and avocado, like all the things that grow in tropics. Yeah, that doesn't grow here. That's what I would grow if I was in Texas, though. Like I'd put like an orchard in my backyard. All of the things that grow again and again and again and again, like an avocado tree and a lime tree and something else. You know what I mean? Like some pears or something. Like that's gonna grow good as shit down there, and then you don't have to.
I've got a pear tree in my backyard that was doing real good when we moved in this new property, but it's hard to harvest the fruit because we got so many fucking birds and other critters that steal the fucking fruit before you could pick it.
Yeah, that's what nets are for. You can get those giant nets that you throw up over the tree so that things don't get to it. You know, like birds can't get to it and shit. But
I tell you, the last garden I had, the best thing that I had the most success with was that crookneck squash. Dude, I had so much squash coming out my ears. I was giving it away to my neighbor because I was growing so much.
dude, we had like this little tiny garden in the backyard at my old house, not the place that I live at now. This is an apartment, but the house that I lived at had this tiny garden. And I was like, I will plant 2 plants. I will plant 1 watermelon plant, and I will plant 1 pumpkin plant. And between the watermelon and the pumpkin, they completely took over everything else. Like everybody else, they had like a salsa section. They had like cilantro and peppers and onions and tomatoes and everything, so that you could make like pico or whatever. Yeah, it killed the pico. We made like 15 or 20 pumpkins. It was crazy how many pumpkins we had, and we had like 5 watermelons by the end of the year. But they were all like they were only like this big, but they were good. Like there was nothing wrong with them. Like, they weren't like super sweet, but they were sweet enough.
Yeah, I grew watermelons at the same time I grew everything in my last garden because I had watermelon, squash, zucchini, fucking peppers, okra. Fucking dude, my okra plants ended up about 7-8 feet tall. It was insane. And I had tomatoes from regular, burger tomatoes to cherry and grape tomatoes. But the tomatoes I had a problem with growing. I don't know if it was the soil or what. Plus, we didn't have a lot of pollinators in the area I was. Like, there was hardly any bees or butterflies or anything. So I was out there every day hand pollinating all the squash and everything else. It was a pain in the ass, but it was rewarding to know that I grew everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have a little garden. Like at a point in the year, if you do it right, you've got more than you know what to do with, which is a good problem to have because then all you need to do is like cook some rice and make a steak, and you've got like zucchini and summer squash and fucking, bell peppers and onions and tomatoes and yeah, like all of your sides, salads taken care of. All you just need some lettuce and you're good to go. Or maybe grow lettuce. I don't know. Have you ever grown lettuce before?
Personally, no, but I'm fixing to this go around because there's a section of my backyard that's probably 20 to 30 yards long by about maybe 15 feet or 20 feet wide that I'm fixing to plow and do a huge garden. And then in my fenced in portion of my backyard, in one corner, I'm doing probably a 30-foot section by about 6-7 feet wide. So I'm gonna have 2 sections of garden, and I'm growing everything from squash, zucchini, cucumbers, lettuce. I've got some herbs I'm gonna grow, basil, rosemary, dill.
You need like a rototiller and a bunch of fucking manure is what you need.
I've got that, and I have a building in my backyard, and there's a section that they fenced off. I guess for the old owner had a dog in there or something. But I'm go to the hardware store and buy some chicken wire and some 2x4s and whatnot, because I'm gonna make that section into a chicken coop. I'm gonna get about 10 hens and a couple of roosters. That way I can have eggs and meat.
If you have like a low spot in your yard where water tends to pool, that's where you want to put them. Like if you have like let's say there's like a slope coming down behind your house, and then like your house is kind of on a hill and it has like a slight slope and it comes down to like a V. That's where you want to put your watermelons, is right fucking there, dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and what's good when I get the chickens and they have been there for a while, I can take their shit and throw it in the garden to help grow, and I'll take the chickens and put them in the garden so they can eat the bugs that come with having a garden, and they can shit in the fucking garden as well. And so
dude, is it time to like live like fucking hippies?
It's getting there, live like our ancestors used to live.
Like get like a co-op together where you got like 50 acres or something that someone owns, and you got like 20, 30 people who all need a place to live and also want to work together. And so you get those 20 or 30 people together, and you get that 50 acres together, and you all start doing stuff together and stuff, Is it that time?
Maybe.
I think so.
Who's got 50 acres? Because I've got 7, and that's not enough. And it's in the foothills, so you can't grow shit there. The only thing that grows there is fucking pine trees.
I'm half tempted to move back down where I'm from, because I have a cousin. Between several family members, there's 900 acres.
900 acres would be fucking a dream, dude. I was thinking, like, if I won the lottery for like $100 million, what would I do? And I was like, I'd buy like 100 acres. 100 acres would be enough. 500? Jesus, dude, that's huge. That's gargantuan.
Unmanageable at that point. There's several different locations very close to where I'm at if I actually hit the lottery, where one portion is 150 acres and the other one is I think 120 acres. Another one's 110 or 111.
Where's this at?
In Texas, around where I'm at. But I mean, the 150 acres is going for like $2-point-something million, like 2.1 or 2.2.
Oh, I thought you said your family owned it.
No, my family owns 900 acres in South Texas.
All right, let's all go down there and we'll build fucking huts buried down in the mud so that they can stay cool in the summer. I don't know. How do you stay cool in the summer in the like southern Texas without electricity?
Have an underground house.
Like you
where it's
like, have you seen those Mexican water pots? And they like hang off the wall, and then you fill them with water, and then they're like kind of porous. They've got little holes in them everywhere, so it doesn't leak, but it like gets kind of wet on the outside. And so when the water's in it, it gets wet on the outside. The wind blows, it cools it down. So when you pour out a glass of water, it's like a nice cold glass of water.
Mm-hmm.
You need like fucking old school technology like that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no shit. But that's why I moved away from South Texas, because it's just too fucking hot down there, dude. I remember when I was a sophomore in high school, that summer, it got up to 125 degrees one day, and nobody went outside.
That's hotter
You
than
could
the
cook your,
hottest I've ever fucking experienced.
you could cook your fucking meal on the fucking sidewalk.
I've been in like 115, and that was like, and it's dry 115, like no moisture in the air at all.
Yeah.
So that's different than 125 humid. I don't even know what that's like.
The smoke says I'm a 5-star chef. I don't think so, but
And Mark Malone is an investment banker.
Jesus.
Well, fuck me, ladies and gentlemen.
But it's to the point where if you aren't doing your own, growing your own food and shit, you need to get doing it.
Or at least have enough so you don't need to for like a really long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Because also my thought about doing such a huge garden, because, you know, that's going to be way too much for just me and my wife. But since we're out in the country, I kind of want to set like a stand in the front yard by the road and just say, hey, I'm selling, you know, vegetables. Come get you some. Make some money.
That's as much of a pain in the ass as fucking growing it, in my opinion.
Yeah, but it's a way where, you know, I can make some extra money just selling what I grow. Because, like I said, I'm going to end up growing way more than what I need. But I'm also going to vacuum seal a bunch of it and just throw it in the freezer. I plan on buying shit to where I can learn and start canning.
That's what I was going to say is you should grow like, you know, like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, whatever you think you can use, you know. And if you end up with like a little bit extra cilantro, no big deal. And then grow like a fuck ton of like cucumbers or something.
Yep.
And then at the end of the year, turn all the cucumbers into pickles.
Mm-hmm.
And so you've got like your Corey #1 pickles, your soulless ginger firearms pickles that you can sell.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea there.
And then you can fucking make money off of that rather than being like, well, the strawberries are in season today, but the tomatoes need a little bit more time. They're still a little bit green. But the peppers are in if you like jalapenos. We got jalapenos here. I know you're from Texas and you don't like to enunciate things that are silent letters like J and jalapenos.
This is one thing that I've got that I got in the other day, and there's a list that it comes with. It's black turtle, bush bean, Detroit dark red beets, broccoli, cabbage, cantaloupe, carrots, cauliflower, corn, cucumbers.
Have you seen that carpet that you can lay out?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like the seed carpet?
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be the thing to do if you live out in the boons, right? And you're like, fuck, I got to start a garden and I don't know what I'm doing. Like you till up some ground, you throw out that fucking carpet shit, you spray some Miracle Grow on it or whatever, like once a week. You're probably not going to do terrible.
I also learned what you can do is you can take a tea bag, cut it open, and put it in like a large mason jar, and get I think it's like a cup of just oats, and put in there and fill it up with water and let it steep for an hour longer, so the better, you know, a couple hours or whatnot.
Dude, I wish I had another
and
shot.
Then you can drain it and use that, you know, once every couple of weeks, I think it is. And it gives your vegetables a bunch of nitrogen, everything it needs to grow healthy and grow good.
Yo.
Sorry.
Dark Horse says, just found out I'm having my 3rd kid. There goes my gun funds, LOL. I wish that I hadn't taken that third shot yet.
Well, congratulations, Dark Horse.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
I can only imagine starting a kid right now at my age. 41 years old, starting again. I don't know how old you are, Dark Horse, having your third kid. But it's good to have them close together, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If you have, that's what I found is like, one's fucking hard as shit. 2 is a little bit harder than 1. I'm sure 3 is a little bit harder than 2. But the difference between 0 and 1 and 1 and 2 is not the same. So having more kids, like, fuck it, dude, have more kids. It's really not, it's not multiplying your problems. It's just adding, you know?
Could you imagine being that family, what is their last name, the Duggars or something like that, have like 20-something kids, and their kids of having kids and shit, and there's like 50 of them or something?
No,
That's a lot of kids.
Ridiculous.
They had a TV show. It was like 20-something and counting.
Anyway, congratulations, Dark Horse. I hope everything's great. Hope the kids that you already got are great. I hope the wife's great. I hope everything goes great. Congratulations,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, congratulations, brother.
Congrats, man.
What are you talking about, Eduardo? He said Corey's POV giving me height frights.
Smoke says Honda's going to get a 20, 30-year-old server knocked up. Maybe. It's been known to happen. Well, shit, guys, we've been going almost 3 hours now. I was going to end this at an hour and a half, so we've been going an hour and 41 minutes and 25 seconds longer than I intended.
Oh, I got you, Smoke. I got you.
And Daniel, I blame you personally. I hold you personally responsible for the
Daniel says, wait.
111 minutes and 41 seconds of my life that I can never get back. And those 4 shots of whiskey that I would not have taken.
Right. Daniel said, wait.
I don't think I want to wait anymore.
Right. Oh,
I don't
shit.
want to wait for our lives to be over. So this will be right now, the one I...
Fuck happiness. Stay angry. So, I don't know what it is with motherfuckers thinking that you should be happy. Whoever said that you should be fucking happy?
That doesn't get old.
It's just a little life advice for everybody, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You shouldn't aim at being happy. This is from Jordan Peterson, and I'll leave you guys with this. If you go through life and your goal is to be happy, you will never find that goal sustainably. If your goal is to find meaning in your life, that is an obtainable goal. And through that goal, you will find things like happiness. So search for meaning. Do not search for happiness. And that is all. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Drunk Honda here, talking at you through the internet. A little bit out of my ass, but not really. Like that last part, 100%.
It's been a while since we've had Drunk Honda.
I'll stand behind that sober. But we'll see you guys next time. I will be back Saturday night, but probably you guys will see Honda. Never Enough Ammo tomorrow night for the Guns and Gays podcast. Because that's what he is. Gay, because he doesn't show up in my chats anymore. Although he will be here. He will be here again. Oh, yes. He will be here again. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace out. Thanks for being here.
Later, you tank ticklers.
Peace.